Chapter 1042, Imperial Battles. Desolate Qi is so powerful, thought Lin Feng, raising his head. There were some black lights in his desolate Qi. The young man with the shadow spirit had brought Lin Feng there on purpose, thinking he could attract the desolate Qi and kill Lin Feng. Unfortunately, it hadn't worked. He knew that there was desolate Qi here. There's a hole, so he brought me here on purpose, whispered Lin Feng. Then, he decided to leave that place. Very quickly, Lin Feng arrived in another place, far away from that desolate Qi. He was wondering where Qiu Yuxian was. She had the strength of the 7th Tian Qi layer. As long as she didn't encounter anyone stronger than her, she should be fine. Lin Feng frowned. He had the impression that the situation was getting dangerous. Is someone chasing me? Thought Lin Feng. That place was very dangerous. Luck and strength were the two determining factors. Massacre Palace, show me who wants to kill me. Lin Feng continued moving forwards. Killing was easy now with all the skills and techniques he had. But Lin Feng still felt uncomfortable, as if someone was following him. He released his godly awareness, but didn't notice anything in particular. He soon came across some extremely strong people who were hiding their qi. Lin Feng stopped and said, "Stop hiding and come out." His voice echoed far away, but nobody replied. The atmosphere was eerily silent. Drip, drip, finally, a sound came to Lin Feng's ears. Wind brushed against his clothes and it was ice cold. As expected, there's someone. Lin Feng's facial expression turned serious. He remained motionless as snowflakes started floating around him. Drip, drip, drip. The sounds were intensifying and seemed to be coming from all around him. Lin Feng started to feel really cold. The energies became even more intense as the battle was about to start. Boom, a terrifying qi surrounded Lin Feng. Shadows appeared all around. Piss off. Lin Feng punched the air, destroying the shadows. Illusion technique. Those shadows weren't real people, they were illusions. Lin Feng released his spirit. His pupils became pitch black and he could clearly see all around him. He looked rather cold and expressionless. More shadows attacked him, but Lin Feng didn't care about them. They were only illusions after all. His eyes were closed, but everything appeared very clearly in his brain. It seemed like nothing could escape his awareness. Slash, a subtle sound spread in the air. The illusions suddenly looked more real. Boom. Lin Feng opened his eyes and glanced around. He saw someone's face. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. Red lights appeared in the darkness. He also released an explosive amount of sword qi. Loud sounds spread all around as the illusions all disappeared, destroyed by Lin Feng's blood sword. The enemy was trying to escape now. Where are you going? Said Lin Feng, amused. He chased the cultivator with the illusions. It was a shadow cultivator again. It was difficult to see them, how annoying. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He used his human sword fusion and turned into a sword. Boom boom. A hand appeared which contained terrifyingly sharp energies and moved towards Lin Feng at incredible speed. What's going on? Thought Lin Feng. He was still using his human sword fusion as he turned around and moved up. He now started using his blood strength. Slash, slash. Lights appeared in front of him. The enemy was attacking him again. Arg! Lin Feng was furious. He started running towards those lights. Lin Feng knew perfectly well what was going on, there wasn't just one person attacking him this time. Die! A golden hand appeared behind Lin Feng and hit him, it felt as if his organs were going to explode. 3 people. 3 people were hunting him. Buddha demon body, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He didn't use his empty space bestial illusion technique, instead, he turned into a Buddha demon. Dazzling golden lights and pale dark lights twinkled all around his body. 1,000 Buddha punches, 10,000 demon fists, shouted Lin Feng furiously. Millions of hands appeared all around him, both Buddha and demonic. They moved in all directions around him. Boom boom boom. Energies rolled in the air. Two silhouettes moved backward and hid in the dark again. It was as if they had never appeared. Lin Feng glanced around. He was furious. Surprisingly, several people had attacked him at once. It seems like some people join hands here too, thought Lin Feng. He had just encountered a killer squad. Who are you? Asked Lin Feng coldly. The atmosphere was calm for a few seconds and then a voice echoed back to Lin Feng, Hunters of Darkness. Hunters of Darkness, repeated Lin Feng. He then said coldly, I killed a hunter of darkness already. We're all hunters of darkness, said someone else. Voices came from all around. The hunters of darkness consisted of a group of people. Drip, drip, more people came. They were all hiding in the dark so Lin Feng couldn't see them. In the distance, there was someone standing proudly on a gigantic tree. That person looked like an overlord. Nobody dared attack him. It was Xian Yuan. The hunters of darkness are going to kill you and I don't need to do anything to stop them, thought Xian Yuan. His eyes were filled with murder. He knew that place already for it was his second time visiting there. He also knew the hunters of darkness. In Ba Huang province, there was someone called the Imperial Hunter who had terrifying hunting techniques nobody dared offend him. His disciples were all of the same class, assassins. Chapter 1043, Strange young man Xian Yuan knew everything there was to know in Ba Huang province. He also knew the hunters of darkness personally. On the other hand, Lin Feng didn't know much about Ba Huang province. Lin Feng could only guess what was going on using his eyes and intelligence. Those people were very dangerous, let alone they had joined hands to fight him. Those assassins used elite hunting skills, illusions, shadows, assassins' techniques. Lin Feng heard even more people and said, if you want to attack me, then attack me together. There's no need to hide. However, nobody paid attention to what he said. They continued hiding in the dark. Suddenly, a strong wind started blowing around Lin Feng. He was surrounded by an illusion again. It was similar to the illusion from before where it seemed like several shadows were attacking him again. So you want to fight again, said Lin Feng. Snowflakes floated around him this time. At the same time, he condensed fire energies. A sun pattern appeared on Lin Feng's body, it was pure sun qi and it was scorching hot. Then, he released his fire energies and all the shadows disappeared instantly. Slash! A sharp energy moved towards Lin Feng. Boom! Lin Feng released sealing energies. Seal! Shouted Lin Feng furiously. He released sealing strength with his left hand and the world around him seemingly stopped. Die! Shouted someone furiously. The voice came from behind him. Lin Feng condensed a black fire in his right hand which emitted crackling sounds. Then, Lin Feng released his attack. Die! Shouted Lin Feng. Ah! Someone gave a horrible shriek. Lin Feng saw someone burning alive. Slash! Slash! Lin Feng continued attacking using his level 7 sword intent. It was raining fire and sword intent, kind of like fireworks. I have no time to play with you guys. Lin Feng then released wind intent and wrapped himself up in it. He turned into a hurricane and flew far away. Drip, 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 more sounds were heard. Some people were following Lin Feng. There were other people around, but they couldn't afford being too noisy because the hunters of darkness were there too. Some people thought that the hunters of darkness had killed someone. With the strength of the fourth Tian Qi layer, it was difficult to escape from them. Lin Feng moved with incredible speed, but he still heard people behind. Slash! A sword light streaked across the sky. Bzzz. The sword energies appeared in front of Lin Feng. Empty space bestial illusion technique, energies quickly surrounded Lin Feng. Bzzz, bzzz, His empty space bestial illusion was shaking under the pressure of those sword energies. Lin Feng wasn't feeling comfortable, things were quite dangerous for him now. That sword could kill him easily, for it was an empty space sword technique. Boom! Lin Feng continued running. He wanted to escape, but it seemed difficult. Lin Feng took out a talisman and broke it. In a flash, he started moving even faster. He could still hear people chasing him, but this time they couldn't catch up with him. Kaboom! At that moment, an incredible and explosive energy fell from the sky towards Lin Feng. He felt oppressed. Empty space bestial illusion technique. Lin Feng frowned and used his empty space bestial illusion technique again. In such a short time, he had used it twice. It was becoming difficult to manage. Bzzz. A terrifying strength bombarded Lin Feng's illusion. His empty space bestial illusion seemed like it was going to break this time. He could even sense the oppressive energies from inside the illusion. It was terrifying. Lin Feng continued moving as fast as he could and saw someone. It was a proud-looking young man. He was extremely muscular and was holding a gigantic wooden stick. It was the young man who had attacked Lin Feng a moment before. He had hit Lin Feng's illusion with his wooden stick. Not bad. You understand illusions, but even with the talisman you used, you're still too slow and too weak, said a loud voice. That voice sounded like thunder and painfully pierced through Lin Feng's eardrums. Escaping means I'm weak. So, what would you do if a group of hunters of darkness attacked you at the same time, said Lin Feng in an ice-cold way. Hunters of darkness, the young man was surprised and said, you're the one they chased. No wonder. Since we both like illusion spells, I'll restrain my cultivation level and attack you. If you can withstand a single attack, I'll let you off. You'll let me off? That young man was strange. Lin Feng was so fast, did he need his opponent to let him off? Don't think that you're faster than me. I can easily catch up with you. So, do you think you can withstand a single one of my attacks? Said the young man. He didn't sound arrogant like Xian Yuan though. Alright, if you give me such an opportunity, I'll take it, said Lin Feng coldly. His illusion disappeared and he stared down his enemy. I'm using the strength of the 4th Tian Qi layer now, I'll punch you and we'll see what you can do, said the young man. He then threw himself at Lin Feng without talking anymore. Boom boom. Lin Feng sensed the oppressive energies. His enemy had an incredibly powerful physical strength. Even with a restricted cultivation level, he's extremely strong. Lin Feng was amazed. That guy also condensed force into his attacks. Kaboom! Crackling sounds spread in the air as Lin Feng's arm felt like it was going to break off. He was propelled backwards and landed 1,000 meters behind. He propelled me backwards. That person was also propelled backwards, but only a few steps though. He scratched his head, annoyed. Lin Feng was speechless. That young man had propelled Lin Feng 1,000 meters and he had only been pushed back of a few steps. Why was he annoyed? Chapter 1044, Crazier than Xian Yuan. The young man sighed and smiled, how awesome. Let's do it again. Then, he jumped again and arrived in front of Lin Feng. Arg! He groaned like an animal and punched the air. His hair was fluttering in the wind, his veins were popping out, his clothes were suddenly torn apart. Bzzz. Lin Feng condensed all his strength into his fist, including demonic strength, sword and fire energies, and then moved forwards. Boom boom. A terrifying hurricane appeared and the sky was roaring. Boom boom boom. Lin Feng's energies seemed like they were going to explode. But, that guy was incredibly strong. Alright, move away, shouted Lin Feng furiously. Not only didn't he move back, he continued to move forwards. His force was rolling in waves. Boom, arg, the young man groaned and punched the air in Lin Feng's direction again. The attack of Lin Feng's enemy looked like his 9 heavy waves, the attack he used back when he had just started practicing cultivation. However, this attack was a few thousand times more powerful. It could destroy mountains. Boom boom boom. The atmosphere seemed like it was going to collapse. The hurricane was as sharp as 1,000 blades. Ha ha ha, you didn't fall back, let's try again. Boom boom boom. He continued punching the air in Lin Feng's direction. Lin Feng felt like he was going to suffocate under that stress. He circulated his blood strength throughout his body and condensed it into his fist. Lin Feng took another step forwards. Rumbling sounds spread in the air as a beam of light appeared and crashed into the ground and created a crater. Dust splashed everywhere. Their fists were still locked together. How incredible, said the young man laughing frantically. His laugh echoed far in the distance. He moved back and his strength dispersed. Lin Feng did the same as his opponent. They both moved back and looked at each other, surprised. He is much stronger than Xian Yuan and probably didn't use all his strength. I wonder if he has broken through to the 7th Tian Qi layer. If he has, then he is infinitely stronger than Xian Yuan, thought Lin Feng sighing. Another beast. In Ba Huang province, there were probably many strong cultivators and geniuses. Xian Yuan was a genius in the northern part of Ba Huang province, but in other parts, there were probably other such geniuses. I haven't had such a fun in battle in a long time. I think you must be really strong. What's your name? Asked the young man smiling. He looked like an ordinary person now, that was rare at such high cultivation levels. Lin Feng, and you? Lin Feng saw that his interlocutor wasn't a bad person. He seemed like someone who enjoyed life. He had a nice and honest smile. He could have killed Lin Feng, but didn't. My name is Yuan Fei, said the young man smiling before adding, it's rare to meet such courageous and strong people, let's stick together, what do you think? Stick together? Lin Feng was surprised. If he stayed with him, he would be safe, but he had to hurry and leave that place. Don't worry. You must be here for an exam to become an imperial cultivation disciple, I won't slow you down. However, if we meet some hunters of darkness, I'll help crush those bastards. I don't like them very much. Their teacher is a piece of dog shit that I can't stand either, said Yuan Fei. Lin Feng was speechless. He was calling an emperor a piece of dog shit? Even Xian Yuan didn't dare talk that way about emperors. Let's go Lin Feng, let's go and get those bastards, said Yuan Fei. His voice was really loud. It seemed like he really wanted to find some hunters of darkness. Lin Feng smiled. He was perplexed. It seemed like he had just made friends with a cultivation monster. They walked together. After a short while, some sounds were heard and the atmosphere was getting cold. Lin Feng looked nervous. It was the same sensation as before, there were assassins all around him. You're here guys, come out, said Yuan Fei loudly. Everybody remained silent and then. Yuan Fei, someone said coldly. Yuan Fei must be as famous as Xian Yuan, thought Lin Feng. Even that person recognized him. He sounded annoyed, but scared at the same time. Why call my name? Just come out or I'll attack, said Yuan Fei. Yuan Fei, this has nothing to do with you. Don't think we won't kill you, said the other one coldly. Yuan Fei took a deep breath and said to Lin Feng, move backward and cover your ears. Lin Feng was surprised, but nodded and moved back of 1,000 meters. Yuan Fei gazed into the distance and could only see darkness. He opened his mouth as widely as he could. Roar, roar. Roar. Roar, he was roaring like a monster and his voice was emitting rumbling sounds in every direction. Boom boom boom, boom boom boom, everything broke around him. Even trees turned to ashes. His voice was terrifying. Lin Feng even started trembling. He was propelled backwards and blood splashed out of his mouth. Fuck. Lin Feng's visceral organs seemed like they were going to break. He was propelled backwards and crashed into a tree which exploded. What a shout! Yuan Fei then ran forwards like a rocket. Boom boom boom, 3 explosions sounded. It was a sonic boom. After forcing them out, he attacked them immediately. Lin Feng was feeling somewhat dizzy and still spitting out blood. He circulated qi in his body. That guy was a beast. Lin Feng now believed everything Yuan Fei had told him. If he had wanted to kill him, it would have only been too easy. Bzzz. Yuan Fei came back to Lin Feng and saw that he was injured. He scratched his head and said, feeling embarrassed, I told you to get back and cover your ears. Lin Feng looked at him and said, how could I know that you're that strong? Yuan Fei laughed and said, I didn't use my full strength. Cough, couch. Lin Feng coughed up some blood again. He hadn't used his full strength. What did it look like when he did? Lin Feng might have died. You're all right? Asked Yuan Fei. No problem. Just a bleeding internally, nothing more, said Lin Feng sighing. Yuan Fei looked embarrassed and smiled. Chapter 1045, Emperor's grandson Yuan Fei took Lin Feng's hand to help him stand up. He smiled and said, I'll help you now, we're buddies. If they dare come at you again, I'll crush them one by one. If Yuan Fei had bragged like that before, Lin Feng wouldn't have liked him. Of course, he now knew how strong Yuan Fei was, so that was understandable. People like Yuan Fei could do whatever they wanted. Besides, he was so nice. With his strength of the 7th Tian Qi layer, Yuan Fei could easily kill 70 people in the massacre palace. Yuan Fei, why do you come here? You're already so strong. You can easily kill cultivators of the 8th and 9th Tian Qi layer, said Lin Feng. Why did Yuan Fei need to come to that place? Lin Feng, you're wrong, we don't come to the Huangxi underground to practice cultivation and become stronger. The Huangxi was a battlefield in the antiquity, there are many corpses buried here. They were all incredibly strong cultivators. There are thus many treasures to take, hidden treasures. There are caves, there's desolate qi, many good things. Imagine if you could find some incredible ancient treasures, said Yuan Fei. Lin Feng nodded. It was a bit like his previous life, there were treasures in the sea, but in this case, the Huangxi used to be a battlefield. Apart from treasures, Ba Huang province also has people who are much, much stronger than me, said Yuan Fei. Besides, today there is someone exceptionally strong here. Oh. Lin Feng nodded. If Yuan Fei said that, that person was probably a monster as well. Of course, he wasn't talking about Xian Yuan. Lin Feng and Yuan Fei chatted as some people passed, but they left immediately when they heard Yuan Fei. He didn't care about them. The Hunters of Darkness were dangerous to Lin Feng, but not for Yuan Fei. They could find themselves more suitable victims. Lin Feng, I'll bring you to a cave where we might find some treasures, said Yuan Fei smiling. All right. Lin Feng nodded. He wanted to find some treasures too. You're not dead. When the two were about to leave, someone said that coldly and laughed evilly. Someone appeared above them and looked at Lin Feng with murder in his eyes. Someone helped you, but next time I won't give you another chance, said Xian Yuan. When we were at the same level, I easily defeated you. I even humiliated you. You can't get your revenge, you'll always be a disgrace, said Lin Feng coldly. You're famous only because of your family. Xian Yuan had lost against Lin Feng and wanted to kill him, but he kept failing. It hurt him inside. He had to find an opportunity to fight Lin Feng again and kill him. Lin Feng was lucky to have met someone like Yuan Fei. You have a glib tongue, but sometime today you'll die, said Xian Yuan. Yuan Fei looked at him and said, who the hell are you, piss off. Xian Yuan glanced at Yuan Fei. Surprisingly, someone dared to tell him to piss off. In Ba Huang, Xian Yuan had fought against a myriad of people and nobody at the same level, apart from Lin Feng, had defeated him. "You want to die," said Xian Yuan. In a flash, he punched the air in Yuan Fei's direction. "Fuck off," shouted Yuan Fei furiously. He also punched the air in Xian Yuan's direction. Their fists collided. Lin Feng was propelled backwards by the intensity of the energies. Xian Yuan was propelled backwards too, however, Yuan Fei didn't move at all. "Who are you?" asked Xian Yuan. Surprisingly, there was someone that strong in there. "I'm your daddy," said Yuan Fei while jumping forwards. Even though he seemed stupid sometimes, he was extremely strong and quick. Yuan Fei was as fast as lightning. Yuan Fei jumped towards Xian Yuan, condensing strength. His energies were strange. Xian Yuan pulled a long face and jumped up while condensing energies too. The atmosphere became distorted. "Piss off." "Arg." Boom boom boom. Yuan Fei looked like a bodybuilder. He punched Xian Yuan and propelled him far away. He crashed onto a tree which exploded and then turned to ashes. Boom. Xian Yuan released an incredible qi and condensed his blood strength. He was furious. Xian Yuan had been sent flying twice now. The second time, he flew away and crashed into a tree. Yuan Fei was a lot stronger than Lin Feng. "You want to die." Xian Yuan stared at Yuan Fei while condensing his blood strength. He was furious. "Die!" shouted Yuan Fei furiously. Xian Yuan's arms were emitting crackling sounds under that pressure. Two words appeared in the air: Xian Yuan. Yuan Fei raised his wooden stick, inhaled and ran forwards. He was running with his wooden stick, as if he had been using it to cast a spell. Dazzling lights appeared and loud sounds invaded the atmosphere. "Xian Yuan, oppression!" shouted Xian Yuan furiously. He released the two words which were now red and they moved towards Yuan Fei. "Piss off." Yuan Fei's wooden stick became gigantic. It seemed like he could destroy the earth and sky with it. Boom boom. The words, Xian Yuan, cracked and disappeared. The wooden stick continued moving towards Xian Yuan. Xian Yuan's face turned deathly pale. His blood strength dashed to the skies and emitted rumbling sounds. "You're Yuan Fei," shouted Xian Yuan furiously. Finally, Xian Yuan's energies dispersed and he moved backward. He didn't want to continue fighting. Yuan Fei was famous. Lin Feng was surprised too. He walked to Yuan Fei and said, "He's scared of you." "Xian Yuan, a kid with an imperial background, next time, I'll shove my wooden stick up your throat," said Yuan Fei. Lin Feng was speechless. Xian Yuan had imperial blood, but Yuan Fei could easily defeat him. Yuan Fei scratched his head and said, "I fall from an emperor, I'm not some shitty kid with imperial origins." Chapter 1046, The Cave, I fall from an emperor, I'm not some shitty kid with imperial origins. Lin Feng was astonished and speechless. No wonder Yuan Fei was that terrifying. His wooden stick was incredible too. Xian Yuan very strong, but he stood no chance at all against Yuan Fei. Lin Feng could only imagine how strong Xian Yuan was. When they were at the same level, he defeated him. The battle hadn't been easy though. Xian Yuan was far from being as strong as Yuan Fei. "Do you have an emperor in your family?" asked Lin Feng in a low voice. "My grandfather is an emperor," said Yuan Fei smiling. Lin Feng understood. No wonder he was so strong and dared attack Xian Yuan with his wooden stick. He was an emperor's grandson. He didn't fear anyone. Besides, he actually insulted people with imperial blood. His grandfather probably wasn't an ordinary emperor. It doesn't mean anything though. My grandfather gave me some tips, techniques and skills, but all in all, I have to rely on myself. Don't think that he gave me everything. If my grandfather disappeared, many people would try and attack me, said Yuan Fei sighing. He wanted to become stronger. Lin Feng liked those kinds of people, the humble type. Xian Yuan was different from most cultivators. Real cultivators rely on their own talents. Only those who are strong enough can remain proud, whispered Lin Feng. Yuan Fei was incredibly strong. After hearing Yuan Fei's name, Xian Yuan had left. That was the difference between strong and weak people. Hee, you're a smart guy, Lin Feng. You don't need to act modest either. You'll become extremely strong someday. You just need to modify your blood a bit more too. But for now, you can already defeat most people at the same level as you, said Yuan Fei smiling. Yuan Fei knew Lin Feng had modified his blood. Otherwise, why would he tell him that he had to modify his blood a bit more? Don't be surprised. I can sense dragon blood strength, even if I don't know where you got it from, said Yuan Fei. Lin Feng was very surprised. Yuan Fei was extremely clever. How did he do that? Let's go to the cave and see if we can find treasures now, said Yuan Fei, changing the topic. They walked together. Lin Feng understood that Yuan Fei came here to find treasures. He wasn't scared because he had nothing to fear with his strength. He could walk in the open without being attacked. The desolate qi here is a bit thicker. There might be a cave, said Yuan Fei as he stopped. He raised his head, looking around. Lin Feng stopped a bit further ahead and said, "Come here, look." Yuan Fei walked over to Lin Feng and raised his head. Desolate qi was coming from over there and it was very thick. He looked at Lin Feng and smiled. "You're good at finding caves, seems like it was our destiny to meet and be friends." Yuan Fei then punched the space there and broke a hole. A very dense desolate qi flowed out. "It's too small and there's nothing inside," said Yuan Fei, disappointed after a few seconds. He knew there were many caves there. Desolate qi did nothing to them. Lin Feng could absorb desolate qi, he could even swim in the Huang Sea, so he didn't fear that qi. Yuan Fei didn't mind it either. For many people, finding caves wasn't that easy. They had to be careful when the desolate qi gushed out. "Lin Feng, let's find another one." Lin Feng and Yuan Fei left. There was nobody around and nobody wanted to get any closer to that desolate qi. Lin Feng liked desolate qi because he could absorb it. Very quickly, Lin Feng and Yuan Fei found many caves. Yuan Fei kept breaking the entrances, but they found nothing, each time. "The desolate qi here is too weak. It must be a small cave again," said Yuan Fei, raising his head. No desolate qi came out this time. He saw another cave and this time, his facial expression changed. That cave seemed different. "Break!" shouted Yuan Fei while punching the space. Some desolate qi came out and it was very thick. "Break! Break!" shouted Yuan Fei furiously. Then, suddenly, a terrifying desolate qi gushed out. It was black and it didn't stop flowing. The atmosphere was becoming very distorted. The bottom of the sea. Yuan Fei smiled and said, "It seems like we were wrong. It isn't the desolate qi that isn't strong enough, it's just that it's quite deep. We have to dig. Let's find a big one." The desolate qi was becoming even more intense. Black mud filled with desolate qi kept gushing out. Precious treasures were buried deep in the ground of the Huang Sea. Many people sensed the desolate qi and moved even farther away. However, someone people also ran over. Xian Yuan was one of those people. When Xian Yuan saw Yuan Fei breaking pieces of stones, he turned around to run. However, greedy expression appeared on other people's faces. They were all extremely strong. Only very strong cultivators had no problems facing the desolate qi. "Lin Feng," said someone. It was Chiu Yuxin. She was running towards Lin Feng. "Come over here," said Lin Feng. In the distance, some sword energies appeared. It was a young man with 3 ancient swords. His qi was incredible. "He's here too," whispered Yuan Fei. He hadn't thought that guy would come too. Chapter 1047, Gigantic Destruction Rod Spell. What a strong sword chi, thought Lin Feng looking at the cultivator who had just arrived. Even without releasing any chi, people could clearly sense his sword intent as if that guy was a sword himself. Lin Feng, that guy is an incredible sword cultivator. He's the descendant of Emperor Wu Tianjian. His name is Jian Wu Bei. When I told you there's someone in here who's extremely strong, and much stronger than Xian Yuan, I was talking about him, said Yuan Fei. Some people were surprised when they heard that, some others, who already knew him, weren't. Emperor Wu Tianjian's descendant. Everybody knew about him in Ba Huang province back when. Then, he had disappeared from Ba Huang province. Some people said that he was dead. However, many others were convinced that he had gone elsewhere in order to become even stronger. Emperor Wu Tianjian, thought Lin Feng. In the Jade Emperor's palace, he had seen Emperor Wu Tianjian's statue in the room with the statues of emperors the Jade Emperor admired. No wonder Jian Wu Bei smelt like a sword from so far away. Qiu Yuxian's eyes twinkled. She was also surprised. Surprisingly, Jian Wu Bei was there. Besides, the guy with Lin Feng had said Jian Wu Bei's name very loudly without being scared. He was probably very strong as well. How had Lin Feng made friends with an incredible and amazing cultivator of the 7th Tianqi layer in the Huangxi underground? Jian Wu Bei walked up to the entrance of the cave, his eyes were twinkling. He had 3 swords on his back, he unsheathed one of them. It seemed like he could destroy everything only by unsheathing that one sword. Sword light streaked across the sky and a trail appeared behind him. It crashed into the cave and the desolate chi became even thicker and richer, to the extent that many people had to move back. Boom boom boom. The desolate chi was becoming even more intense. Jian Wu Bei released more sword energies and a myriad of stones turned into ashes. Jian Wu Bei also wanted to find treasures. Kaboom! A sound spread in the air as another piece of stone exploded and a black, solid body appeared which wouldn't break. The crowd looked at it. There really were treasures there. If anything was buried that deep in its soil, it meant it had been there for at least thousands of years. The desolate chi of the Huangxi could destroy anything, so if anything wasn't destroyed by that chi, it meant it was something good. Bzzz. Jian Wu Bei grabbed the black thing and suddenly, a wooden stick fell down from the sky crushing everything on its way down. How dare you take my things, shouted Yuan Fei furiously. Lin Feng and he had found that cave. He didn't want other people to steal their treasures, including Jian Wu Bei. The black item flew away. Yuan Fei jumped up towards it with incredible reflexes. Humph. Jian Wu Bei groaned coldly. Dazzling sword light streaked across the sky again as though was cut apart. People were even injured by the energies and were thrown away, bleeding. Die, shouted Jian Wu Bei furiously. He released energies on Yuan Fei's path, trying to stop him. People started moving towards the item. Since Yuan Fei and Jian Wu Bei were fighting, they maybe had time to steal the item. Try if you dare, shouted Yuan Fei furiously. The atmosphere became distorted as sound waves rolled all around. Some people were immediately thrown away. Blood splashed everywhere. Even those who weren't injured were still propelled far away. Some other people stopped, they didn't dare get any closer. Fuck off. All of you, shouted Yuan Fei furiously. He used his mountain stick and Amdi mountains appear everywhere in the sky. Then, those mountains fell down on top of them. Boom boom boom, many people were directly crushed to death by those mountains. Those who were still alive were scared that they would die. Gigantic Destruction Rod Spell. He's Yuan Fei, thought Qiu Yuxian. In Ba Huang, there was only one person who used an ordinary-looking black wooden stick and it was Yuan Fei. His Gigantic Destruction Rod spell contained an infinite amount of strength. It was an incredible skill with an explosive power. Lin Feng was gasping with amazement. Yuan Fei was famous, even Qiu Yuxian knew him. Many people didn't dare get any closer, they could die if they got caught in the crossfire. Lin Feng, take it, shouted Yuan Fei. Lin Feng nodded and ran towards the item. Try if you dare. Sword energies moved towards Lin Feng but Yuan Fei blocked them. Nobody dared fight against Lin Feng since he was with Yuan Fei. Lin Feng had no problem taking it. That item wasn't big, but when Lin Feng took it, he was suddenly weighed down by millions of kilos. It's a black meteorite and it is extremely solid. It can be used to make incredible holy weapons. Only strong cultivators can make use of it. It can also contain incredible spells, said Jian Wu Bei when he saw Lin Feng struggling with it. He then said, coldly, I'll take care of Yuan Fei, you guys take the meteorite. Then, Jian Wu Bei unsheathed all his swords and the atmosphere started whistling. Sword shadows appeared everywhere. Merciless whistling sword. The crowd was surprised by how angry Jian Wu Bei had become. He was using an incredible skill. Yuan Fei and Jian Wu Bei both disappeared in the middle of all those sword lights. Lin Feng noticed people were looking at him coldly, and he felt very, very cold. Slash, slash. Lin Feng sensed the cold energies were nearing. Bzzz. He took out his talisman and rose up in the air. A sword light also crashed where he was just a second before. Lin Feng glanced around and saw shadows. Those hunters of darkness were after him again. Let's go. Lin Feng dragged Qiu Yuxian with him. They all started chasing Lin Feng, but they couldn't catch up with him when he used his talismans. Lin Feng wasn't worried about Yuan Fei. His grandfather was an emperor and he was extremely strong. Who would dare do anything to him? Lin Feng, we've been here for such a short time and you already friend Yuan Fei, said Qiu Yuxian. Her beautiful eyes were twinkling. She was curious. He's awesome and easy to make friends with. We fought and then we became friends, said Lin Feng smiling. He then asked, by the way, Yuxian, his grandfather is an incredible cultivator, an emperor actually, where is he from? He's not a emperor per se, said Qiu Yuxian shaking her head. Lin Feng was surprised and whispered, did he lie to me? Not really, his grandfather is the Great Ape Emperor. Great Ape Emperor? Lin Feng asked, a bestial emperor? Qiu Yuxian nodded. Lin Feng gasped with amazement. He was the grandson of a bestial emperor. Chapter 1048, Furious Battle. Lin Feng had heard about lots of human emperors but it was the first time he heard about a bestial emperor. He hadn't thought he'd ever be friends with a bestial emperor's grandson. The Great Ape Emperor is extremely strong and his power is very explosive. He can easily break a mountain chain by simply kicking it. His voice can destroy mountains and lakes. Even though they don't seem that smart as a family, they actually understand cultivation very well. Their gigantic destruction rod spell is extremely complex. It uses the explosive power of 81 wooden sticks. You can imagine how strong they are individually, explained Qiu Yuxian slowly. She even looked scared. Nobody dared offend them in Ba Huang province. Even though they were relatively new emperors, they were not any weaker than most emperors. Besides, the Great Ape Emperor has only one grandson so he cherishes him greatly. Back then, the Zun cultivator of a very rich family in Ba Huang province bullied Yuan Fei. The result was, in one night, that rich family was wiped off the map of Ba Huang province. Since then, everybody knows about Yuan Fei and nobody dares bully him. Qiu Yuxian continued her explanation. Lin Feng smiled. He was happy to be friends with him. If the Great Ape Emperor liked Lin Feng, then Lin Feng would be able to easily marry Qiu Yuxian. The elders of the Qiu clan wouldn't act disrespectful with Lin Feng anymore. It's no wonder he can sense my blood strength, whispered Lin Feng. Yuan Fei was an animal, the grandson of an animal emperor, so he could sense other animal energies. It seemed normal that Yuan Fei had sensed Lin Feng's dragon blood. Blood strength. Qiu Yuxian looked at Lin Feng and asked, "You also have a strong bloodline?" "Guess," said Lin Feng smiling. Qiu Yuxian was surprised and smiled. She was intrigued. She had guessed that Lin Feng had managed to climb up the 9 groups of steps because he had a powerful blood strength. Also, at the same level as Xian Yuan, Lin Feng held the advantage. "Tell me," said Qiu Yuxian smiling. "Why would you need to know?" said Lin Feng with a smile yet not a smile. Qiu Yuxian really wanted to know. Lin Feng caressed her cheek. "So?" said Qiu Yuxian annoyed. "What?" said Lin Feng shrugging. "You bastard," she released ice-cold energies. Seal. Lin Feng released a powerful sealing strength. Qiu Yuxian could barely move under that strength. Qiu Yuxian's eyes were wide open. "Stop attacking and I'll let you off." "Dream on," said Qiu Yuxian grinding her teeth. "It's such a beautiful night, we should enjoy ourselves instead of fighting, if you see what I mean," said Lin Feng with an evil smile. Qiu Yuxian frowned. "You're annoying." Qiu Yuxian was almost crying. "How shameless." "Alright, I'll tell you." Lin Feng smiled and said, "You're right," then he let her off. Qiu Yuxian smiled in a resplendent way and said, "Next time you want to have some fun with me at night, you should say it in a more romantic way." Lin Feng suddenly felt very cold. "What's that meteorite?" said Lin Feng changing the topic. That meteorite was extremely heavy and Lin Feng's muscles felt sore from carrying it. "Look." Lin Feng passed the stone to Qiu Yuxian. She took it and her facial expression suddenly changed. "How heavy?" "It was as heavy as a small mountain." "Look and see if you can find anything out of the ordinary," said Lin Feng. He released pure qi into the stone, but it just remained black. It probably had been in the soil for a very long time, so it was polished now. "Nothing," said Qiu Yuxian. That stone was beautiful, polished, but there were no marks or anything of interest. Nothing had been sealed inside either. "Even though it's very precious, we can't do anything with it. People like Yuan Fei or Jian Wubei might be able to use it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have fought for it," whispered Lin Feng. He would give it to Yuan Fei later. He was convinced Yuan Fei would know how to find him somehow. "That meteorite is very hard and quite dense. We can't break it no matter how we tried." Yuan Fei or Jian Wubei could ask the elders of their family to fabricate weapons for them. They could also maybe break it to see if there was anything inside. "Not just anyone can benefit from having such items," said Qiu Yuxian. That meteorite was useless to them except if they traded it, but trading it wouldn't be easy either, they weren't strong enough. Maybe strong cultivators would simply steal it from them. "Forget about it then," said Lin Feng putting it away. He looked at the dark landscape around him. "Everybody is hunting everybody else here. We have to be careful. Let's try to get out of here as soon as possible." Qiu Yuxian smiled and said, "It's my first time here too. When I came in, several people tried to kill me. Luckily, I'm not that weak. Weak people die quickly here, I'm sure." "Lin Feng, you're going to become an imperial cultivation disciple, I just know it." Lin Feng looked at her, she was so beautiful, her smile was magnificent. He laughed and said, "Let's go." Lin Feng started running, determined. "Wait." Lin Feng was holding Qiu Yuxian's hand and they ran a few steps before someone called them. Cold energies suddenly surrounded them. "Since you think you can bully me that easily, I'll teach you a lesson." Lin Feng remained motionless. Drip, drip, a strong and ice-cold wind brushed against Lin Feng. Slash. Ice-cold lights moved straight towards Lin Feng. Slash, at the same time, starlights condensed. It was Lin Feng's Tianji sword. Die. Lin Feng's Tianji sword streaked across the sky and lacerated everything in its path. Someone died and blood splashed. Slash, slash, energies came towards Lin Feng from every direction this time. Stars appeared all around him and then blood splashed everywhere. A few people died trying to block Lin Feng's attack. Boom boom boom. Many hands appeared all around Lin Feng. He suddenly turned around and saw Xian Yuan in the air. He was flying towards Lin Feng as fast as he could. "Break!" shouted Lin Feng furiously. His Tianji sword became even more dazzling. A holy weapon. Xian Yuan immediately moved back and looked at Lin Feng coldly. Surprisingly, Lin Feng had a holy weapon. "Xian Yuan, if we were of the same level, you'd be much, much weaker than me. You think that you kill me so easily? Before, I never used all my powers against you. Since you really want to give it a try still, let's fight." Lin Feng was holding his Tianji sword and looked rather cold, like a real warrior. Chapter 1049, Lin Feng's plot. Xian Yuan looked at Lin Feng. Surprisingly, he had a holy weapon. In order to use holy weapons, cultivators had to understand holy marks because of the holy marks carved into them. They required the strength of those holy marks to work. Lin Feng's Tianji sword was a holy weapon and absorbed the strength of the earth and sky, more precisely, the strength of the stars. Then, the strength of the stars was absorbed into the holy marks and the cultivator could then release the transformed energies in the form of powerful attacks. Xian Yuan had a holy weapon before, but it had broken in the dragon palak when he was trying to get the dragon heart. Now, Lin Feng had a holy weapon. Xian Yuan moved his hands and released a terrifying strength which contained his own blood strength. Lin Feng was holding his Tianji sword as its light spread everywhere around him. In the darkness of the palace, one could clearly see the dazzling stars created by the sword. Arg! Xian Yuan groaned furiously as he released an incredible amount of qi which moved towards Lin Feng. Lin Feng shivered when he heard Xian Yuan's shout, but compared to Yuan Fei's, it was nothing. Die! At the same time, Xian Yuan shouted furiously and two gigantic words appeared, Xian Yuan. They moved towards Lin Feng with deadly speed. Bzzz. Lin Feng grinded his teeth and released sword energies filled with the power of the stars. Rumbling sounds spread in the air and the space around them shook. Die! Xian Yuan opened his third eye and a golden axe appeared and moved towards Lin Feng. It was his godly awareness condensed into an incredible attack. Boom boom boom. It was moving straight towards Lin Feng's third eye. Godly Awareness Palace. Lin Feng also opened his third eye, his lofty and massive Godly Awareness Palace appeared. Kaboom! Xian Yuan's axe was making the palace shake violently, but it couldn't break it. Limitless Sky Palace. Xian Yuan was incredulous and even looked scared. A Godly Awareness Palace. Impossible, it can't be. That must be a fake, thought Xian Yuan. Only one person could use that in the continent of the Nine Clouds, so Lin Feng couldn't know it. Lin Feng's soul was extremely strong and his godly awareness was way beyond his cultivation level. Alright, let's fight with our godly awareness, said Lin Feng coldly. Xian Yuan's axe had not left even a scratch on Lin Feng's godly awareness palace. Lin Feng's Tianji sword, at the same time, seemed like it was dancing as it diffused dazzling sword lights. Recall, shouted Xian Yuan furiously. At the same time, he released terrifying energies towards Lin Feng's sword. Xian Yuan was running away from the sword energies, and when he was far enough away, he turned around and ran away. Lin Feng, I'll kill you, sooner or later, he said from a distance. Lin Feng looked at him coldly and yelled, you even joined hands with the Hunters of Darkness to kill me, Xian Yuan, your head will become my trophy soon. Then, Lin Feng's sword disappeared. In the distance, a silhouette was coming towards Lin Feng. It was Qiu Yuxin. How many secrets do you have? Said Qiu Yuxin. Her eyes were twinkling again. Lin Feng had a powerful holy weapon. Incredible. During such a beautiful night, if we were in bed, cuddling, I'd tell you all my secrets, said Lin Feng laughing loudly. Sounds good, said Chiu Yuxian blushing and smiling at Lin Feng. This had aroused him. It's a deal, said Lin Feng laughing nervously. Lin Feng, did the little Xian Yuan boy come back? Asked someone in the distance. It was Yuan Fei. Xian Yuan joined hands with the Hunters of Darkness to kill me, replied Lin Feng. Yuan Fei said coldly, do you want me to catch up with him and bury him alive? Lin Feng smiled wryly. That guy was very nice, but he was the only one who could say that he wanted to bury Xian Yuan alive. In the northern part of Ba Huang, everybody knew Xian Yuan's name. If anyone heard Yuan Fei talk like that, they would make fun of him. No need. He can't kill me anyways. I'll take Xian Yuan's life sooner or later, said Lin Feng. He would trample on Xian Yuan's corpse and take his head as a trophy. Alright, no problem, said Yuan Fei. He looked at Chiu Yuxian, smiled and said, Lin Feng, your lass looks exactly like the princess of the animal world, not bad. Lin Feng looked at Chiu Yuxian, she was smiling but said nothing. Lin Feng had nothing to say either. Take this, said Lin Feng, handed over the black meteorite to Yuan Fei. Yuan Fei took it, smiled and said, I'll give it to my grandpa, I can't use it either. I don't know if there's anything inside, said Yuan Fei, putting it away. That black meteorite was extremely hard, he couldn't break it either. Otherwise, he would have already done it. Yuan Fei, help me with something, said Lin Feng. Tell me, if I can help you, I definitely will, said Yuan Fei, nodding. Help me find Xian Yuan, don't bury him, just prevent him from killing people and try to make sure he gets injured. The best result would be if he needed 1 month to recover, said Lin Feng. Xian Yuan had lost against Lin Feng when they were at the same level and he was now chasing him everywhere to kill him. Lin Feng wanted to humiliate him even more. If Xian Yuan wasn't able to become an imperial cultivation disciple, that would be the worst humiliation, especially with his imperial origins. Especially if he was so sure that he was going to rank first amongst Tian-level candidates. Everyone would make fun of him if he failed. Chiu Yuxian looked at Lin Feng and laughed. Lin Feng was funny. Xian Yuan wouldn't be able to become an imperial cultivation disciple, that would be incredibly funny. Everybody would find that hilarious in the northern part of Ba Huang, he thought. Chiu Yuxian kept laughing thinking about those things. Ha, easy, don't worry about that, said Yuan Fei laughing. I'm off then. Where are you going to become an imperial cultivation disciple? I'll come and see you there. I haven't become an imperial cultivation disciple yet. I'm still a candidate. I'm sitting the exam to become Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's imperial cultivation disciple. The Huang Xi Underground is part of the exam, said Lin Feng. Oh, I see. I'll come and see you in a month then. Hurry up and finish your exam, good luck buddy, said Yuan Fei and then left. He was going to look for Xian Yuan. Chapter 1050, Swallowing Shadows, that guy is awesome. No wonder he's the great ape emperor's grandson, said Chiu Yuxian smiling wryly. Just like Lin Feng had said, that guy was easy to get along with. Xian Yuan will pay for what he did to me, hee, said Lin Feng smiling. Chiu Yuxian looked at him and smiled, in Tiantai, everyone will make fun of Xian Yuan. He will hate you even more after this. I don't care, said Lin Feng indifferently, his eyes were twinkling. A boat appeared in his hand and he gave it to Chiu Yuxian. I removed the connection to it. It's a gift for you. I don't need it, said Chiu Yuxian shaking her head. She refused without hesitating at all. Lin Feng took her hand and put the boat in the palm of her hand. He smiled and said, the younger generation of the Yang clan is weak. Therefore, the elders of their clan spent a lot of money and energy to fabricate those boats for them. Yuxian, you're strong but in Ba Huang province, you'll face dangers sometimes. I have 2 of these boats, I have both Yang Zi Lan's and Yang Zi Ye's boats. So don't worry about me. 2 boats. Chiu Yuxian was surprised as she took a boat. She smiled in a resplendent way. It's a betrothal gift. Does it mean that we can sleep together now? Said Lin Feng, smiling fatuously. Alright, anytime, said Chiu Yuxian, lowering her head and blushing. Lin Feng frowned. We need to finish what we have to do here first though. Then, we'll think about having fun, said Lin Feng, smiling. Chiu Yuxian lowered her head and said, I agreed, and now you don't dare. Lin Feng was speechless. He would remember that. After that, they used the boat to move farther away. They didn't need to hide anymore. They killed some weak people on the way and escaped easily when they faced stronger cultivators. Lin Feng and Chiu Yuxian had no problem thanks to their boats. Lin Feng had broken through to the 4th Tian Qi layer and Chiu Yuxian through to the 7th Tian Qi layer. In total, they had to kill 110 people. They had to act fast, so they couldn't hide and wait for people to ambush. With their boats, things were moving along quite quickly. At that moment, they were both on a small path which seemed normal. Drip, drip, Lin Feng heard something, but couldn't see anyone. Lin Feng smiled coldly and said, I've been waiting for you. Yuxian, the continent of the 9 clouds is vast and there are many strange spirits. Do you know what spirit is strong? Asked Lin Feng seemingly randomly. You say that there are many strange spirits, there are also many spirits with special abilities. I don't think we can say that there are spirits stronger than others though. It all depends on what you do with them. There are many weapon spirits, blade spirits, spears, swords, axe spirits, all sorts. They're all used by blade cultivators. Who can say a spirit is stronger than another in any of those cases, said Chiu Yuxian. If a weak cultivator has a sword spirit, then his spirit won't be strong, and vice versa. What do you think about shadow spirits? Asked Lin Feng, smiling. Shadow spirits? If a cultivator manages to become invisible, he can kill people from dozens of kilometers away without getting caught and without leaving a trace. That's very good. There are many cultivators who have shadow spirits here. Since it's dark here, it's a perfect place for them. Alright, said Lin Feng, nodding. Exactly his sentiments. Drip drip. Lin Feng and Chiu Yuxian heard something else, but they acted as if they hadn't heard anything. They continued chatting. Lin Feng recalled their qi, but there were snowflakes around them. Bzzz. Terrifyingly sharp energies appeared in front of Lin Feng and moved straight towards him. Empty space bestial illusion technique, shouted Lin Feng instantly. A snowy path appeared around him. He had prepared himself already. A shadow appeared and at the same time, a huge stone appeared in front of him which contained sealing strength. Die. The shadow cultivator realized the distance between him and Lin Feng wasn't changing. He tried attacking again. Seal, shouted Lin Feng. He used his demon sealing stone and sealed the space. Boom boom. The shadow and the stone collided. Bzzz, 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 the stone became huge and sealed the shadow. In fact, Lin Feng had been waiting for Hunters of Darkness for a long time. He was lucky this time. That guy had a shadow spirit, just what he was looking for. Roar, 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 a furious roar spread in the air. Behind Lin Feng, a ferocious dragon appeared. Dragon blood, said the cultivator whose shadow was sealed. He couldn't recall his shadow, so he started panicking. Swallow, said Lin Feng coldly. One of the heads of the dragon swallowed the shadow sealed in the demon seal stone. Arg! The dragon chewed the shadow but didn't manage to swallow it. His enemy's spirit was stronger than his own. Yuxian, help! Chiu Yuxian released her own spirit which moved towards the shadow cultivator. At the same time, Lin Feng jumped forwards taking out another demon seal stone. Even though they couldn't see the shadow cultivator, they could sense him. Boom boom boom. Oppressive energies invaded the atmosphere as the dragon roared and moved towards the shadow again. Roar. The atmosphere shook violently as the dragon attempted to swallow the shadow again. The shadow cultivator didn't have enough time to react. The dragon swallowed his spirit, swallowing his body at the same time. Chapter 1051. The dragon roared and came back to Lin Feng. Its strength disappeared and everything became calm again. However, Qiu Yuxian didn't calm down. That dragon was terrifying. How come Lin Feng possessed dragon strength? That wasn't blood strength, that was pure dragon blood. Just as surprising was that his dragon could swallow people and their spirits. Qiu Yuxian was speechless. Very quickly, she calmed down. Lin Feng kept surprising her all the time. She was starting to get used to it. What kind of dragon spirit is that? I've never seen it before, asked Qiu Yuxian. My spirit is a 9-headed dragon, it has the ability to swallow things. It is not a real dragon, though. It wasn't until recently that I absorbed some real dragon blood which transformed my blood as well as my spirit, replied Lin Feng. Qiu Yuxian was captivated. Lin Feng had absorbed real dragon blood and it even changed his spirit. Don't tell me that you now have a shadow spirit, said Qiu Yuxian in a weak voice. Lin Feng smiled in a resplendent way and turned into a shadow. He disappeared from Qiu Yuxian's field of vision. Qiu Yuxian's mouth was wide open. Lin Feng had obtained the silver winged spirit because he had absorbed it. She didn't know such spirits existed. Suddenly, Qiu Yuxian's face turned red, she looked provoked. Try it and you'll see what will happen to you, said Qiu Yuxian grinding her teeth. Lin Feng was hugging her, but she couldn't see him. I'm trying, said Lin Feng laughing nervously. Then, he appeared in front of her again. His spirit was mysterious and incredible. He loved it, he could peep on Qiu Yuxian and touch her without being seen. No wonder the hunters of darkness were so strong in this dark space. Try again, said Qiu Yuxian grinding her teeth with a smile, yet she didn't seem to be smiling. You're so beautiful, I think you're aware of that, said Lin Feng smiling fatuously. You're becoming even braver. Qiu Yuxian then asked, your dragon spirit has 9 heads, can you swallow 9 different spirits? Lin Feng remained silent and released his silver winged spirit. It was dazzling in the darkness. Lin Feng shrugged and smiled, I still have the silver winged spirit. It seems to be the way you said, if I use a different head to swallow spirits each time, then I can have 9 different sorts of spirits. Qiu Yuxian was astonished. What a terrifying spirit. Having a dual spirit was already incredible, having 2 spirits was considered as a gift of the gods in the cultivation world. She already knew a few people in Ba Huang province who had double spirits and their spirits were astonishingly powerful. But Lin Feng could have 9 spirits. Qiu Yuxian couldn't even imagine that kind of strength. Of course, the stronger Lin Feng was, the more powerful the spirits he could absorb. Lin Feng, you should become stronger and absorb Xian Yuan spirit, said Qiu Yuxian suddenly while smiling. Lin Feng's eyes were twinkling. He had never thought Xian Yuan's spirit was particularly good. Did Qiu Yuxian think his spirit was very powerful? What kind of spirit does Xian Yuan have? Asked Lin Feng. His spirit can metamorphose and it's very powerful. If you can take it, you'll see just how incredible it is, said Qiu Yuxian slowly. But you need to become stronger first. Lin Feng nodded. Lin Feng's goal was always to become stronger. He hadn't forgotten about Meng Qing, though. That's why he really wanted to become an imperial cultivation disciple, because he might be able to get the medicine required to make Meng Qing turn back into a human being again. If he ranked high enough, he would have a chance to meet Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu and ask them where to get the medicine. Let's continue so we can leave as soon as possible, said Lin Feng. Qiu Yuxian nodded. The earlier they could leave, the better it would be for their exam. A beautiful woman was sitting cross-legged and seemed to be practicing cultivation. She was wearing white clothes and was very beautiful. At that moment, someone saw her in the distance. His eyes twinkled in an evil way. He wanted to kill that beautiful woman who was practicing cultivation out in the open. She was being too careless. "You're so beautiful." Hee, that person was smiling evilly. He hit his chi and moved towards her. She didn't react at all. He smiled in an even more evil way. In that place, he could do whatever he wanted for nothing was forbidden. I'm lucky, he wanted to get close to her and kill her, but at the same time, a dazzling white light appeared and a terrifying chi moved towards him. His face changed drastically as he could no longer escape. Suddenly, his whole body felt sore and he collapsed. "Hunter of darkness," he said in a very weak voice. Those were his last words. He had died, killed by the hunters of darkness. The beautiful woman in white stood up and nodded. Of course, that beautiful woman was Chiu Xian. They decided not to hunt others, they instead waited for their prey to come to them. At least, they killed people who wanted to kill them. There were many people who wanted to kill them. Each time they killed someone, it was the same. Lin Feng either used his sword to slit their throat or his demon strength to punch them. After that, Chiu Xian could come in and finish them off. In a very short time, Lin Feng had already killed 35 people and Chiu Xian 52. Many people were still trying to understand why the emperors had sent them there. Some people thought that the emperors wanted to see if they were determined enough to kill people cold-heartedly, and others thought that the only way to become stronger was to kill all these people. Maybe it was a bit of everything. Half a day passed and Lin Feng had killed 40 people, so he was done. Chiu Xian had killed 69 people, so she still had one last person. A beautiful and ice-cold autumn moon in tent emerged and a celestial-looking silhouette appeared in front of the moon. "Beautiful moon woman." Lin Feng smiled indifferently. That was a beautiful attack. After she appeared, blood splashed everywhere. The opponent didn't have time to react as Chiu Xian killed him instantly with her ice-cold energies. "How strong," said Lin Feng laughing. The other two were astonished and furious, especially the one with the pupil spirit. Chiu Xian had easily broken free from his pupil spirit and had released her own spirit. "I'm done." Chiu Xian was done, she had killed 70 people now, so she could leave with Lin Feng. They had finished in 2 days, becoming Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu imperial cultivation disciples shouldn't be difficult with that accomplishment. Lin Feng was convinced that they were at least in the top 10. "Kill him," said the cultivator with the pupil spirit glaring at Lin Feng. He was still constricting Lin Feng with his pupil spirit. "Die," shouted the cultivator of the 5th Tian Qi layer. Lin Feng sensed a cold and oppressive strength moving towards him as gigantic hand appeared. An ordinary cultivator of the 4th Tian Qi layer would be killed instantly by that attack. "How can you be so confident with such a weak attack?" said Lin Feng coldly. He released his demon sealing stone, which then collided with the gigantic hand. "Die." Lin Feng remained motionless in the sky. His opponent's punch collided with his demon seal stone as lights flashed and the punch dispersed in every direction. Lin Feng's opponent looked upset as he ran back. However, Lin Feng's demon seal stone crashed into him. "Killing more people than required shouldn't be a problem," said Lin Feng. His opponent punched the air in his direction again, but it crashed onto the demon seal stone. Rumbling sounds spread in the air as powerful energies emerged from the stone and exploded, propelling the enemy away and killing him. And then there was one. The one with the pupil spirit looked desperate. They were almost done and thought that killing 2 more people before leaving wouldn't be a problem. "2 pieces of trash," he said. Then, he threw himself at Lin Feng. Bzzz. Lin Feng released his silver wing spirit, wanting to block his opponent's pupil spirit. "You think you'll get out," said the enemy coldly. He continued constricting Lin Feng with his pupil spirit. Chapter 1053, Autumn Moon. Qiu Yuxian released her moon spirit again as lights enveloped the cultivator who was attacking Lin Feng. Humph. Lin Feng groaned and used his empty space bestial illusion technique. A snowy path appeared around them. The enemy punched in Lin Feng's direction, but he realized that his punch was stopped by some kind of strength. He couldn't get near Lin Feng no matter how fast he ran. Dazzling lights illuminated the air as Lin Feng took out his Tianji sword. His opponent had broken through to the 7th Tianqi layer, so Lin Feng needed his holy weapon to gain the advantage. His sword streaked across the sky and the word "die" appeared above. In a flash, a terrifying strength emerged from it. A holy weapon, the enemy was aghast. He saw the star light turn into a terrifying chi as it oppressed him. He frowned, thinking about how Lin Feng had a demon seal stone, a holy weapon, and that he could kill cultivators of the 5th Tianqi layer. Moon shadow coldness, said Qiu Yuxian. In a flash, an incredibly cold moon appeared. Yuxian, move away, said Lin Feng as his Tianji sword fell from the sky towards the enemy. It turned into a dazzling beam of light and contained a terrifying strength. No, shouted the person. However, it was already too late. The moon shadow surrounded his body and he was starting to freeze. Then, he was surrounded by those sword lights as well and died. Qiu Yuxian flew back to Lin Feng and said, "Why didn't you use your holy weapon before? It's an external strength. Even though I have to use my own energies to use it, it is not part of my body. A real cultivator shouldn't rely on external tools all the time. I should only use such powerful weapons against equally powerful enemies," said Lin Feng calmly. "If those people weren't stronger than me, I wouldn't use my weapons. I would solely rely on my own strength. You understand cultivation a lot better than most people. No wonder you beat Xian Yuan when you were at the same level," said Qiu Yuxian smiling. "Let's go. I am grateful to those people who just ambushed us. Thanks to them, we reached our quota and now we can go back to Tiantai to become Imperial Cultivation disciples," said Lin Feng smiling. He had traveled from Ganyu to Ba Huang province, not only to become an Imperial Cultivation disciple, but also to become stronger. As an Imperial Cultivation disciple, he would have many more opportunities. "Indeed," said Qiu Yuxian nodding. They both went to the altar. They quickly arrived in an arched cave with many sacrificial altars. There were protectors in front of each altar. They were all Zun cultivators under the supervision of the great emperors. Not far from them were several other people. One of them seemed furious and his chi looked terrifying. "What's the matter, Gu Shao?" asked someone. "Where are Gu Li and the 2 others? They only had 2 more people to kill." "Gu Li's talisman is broken," said Gu Shao. "What?" The other one's facial expression changed. "If it's broken, are they dead? How come?" "They only had 2 more people to kill and Gu Li is very strong," said another one. Gu Li and Gu Shao were 2 brothers. They had come there to fight and make it back to the Star Tower to become stronger. They never thought that one of them would die at the last minute. "I don't know. Some people killed them, I guess. If someone comes here anytime soon, it probably means that they are the killers," said Gu Shao. "Indeed. Gu Li is dead now. Let's wait here and kill those who come, to avenge him," said another one. Gu Shao nodded. The 3 people then waited there. Apart from them, there were many others. Those who waited there were very strong. Some people were too lazy to hunt, so they just waited at the exit for their victims. If any weak people tried to leave, they could kill them easily. Some people were shivering thinking about whoever had dared kill Gu Zhao's little brother, Gu Li. Gu Li wasn't weak, so the one who had killed him was probably quite strong. At least now, if they could see Gu Zhao fight, it'd be a good show. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian immediately understood what was going on when they arrived. It was their first time there, so they had previously thought it'd be easy to leave. However, many people were waiting around the altars for their victims. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian didn't stop too far from the crowd. They didn't know what to do. Many people were looking at them. Especially one of them. It was Gu Shao, of course. He was fixated on Qiu Yuxian and Lin Feng, but he couldn't be certain. Qiu Yuxian had broken through to the 7th Tianqi layer and Lin Feng had only broken through to the 4th. Gu Li and his two friends had broken through to the 7th, 6th and 5th Tianqi layers. Could Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian have killed them? You two, come here, said Gu Shao coldly. He sounded like their leader. Qiu Yuxian had broken through to the 8th Tianqi layer. Lin Feng frowned, he looked like the one they had just killed. What do you want? Said Lin Feng indifferently, not moving. He told you to come here, didn't you hear him? Said one of Gu Xiao's friends aggressively. Lin Feng slowly turned his head and looked at the one who had just talked. Lin Feng had only broken through to the 4th Tianqi layer and was quite arrogant. Chapter 1054, Holy Weapon. I only want to ask you one question, said Gu Shao. Did you just kill 3 people on your way here? As expected. Lin Feng was right. That's why Gu Shao looked like the one he had just killed. We did, said Lin Feng. It was useless to lie, those people were strong and arrogant, they would attack even if Lin Feng lied. Gu Shao released a cold qi when he heard Lin Feng. Gu Shao, do you want to kill them yourself or should we help? Asked one of his friends. Leave it to me, said Gu Shao menacingly while releasing a piercingly cold qi. A cultivator of the 8th Tianqi layer and 2 cultivators of the 7th Tianqi layer. Lin Feng looked at them. You killed my brother so you must be quite strong, said Gu Shao looking at Qiu Yuxian. He was convinced that Qiu Yuxian had killed his brother because Lin Feng had only broken through to the 4th Tianqi layer. You're beautiful and strong, unfortunately, your life will end now because you killed my brother, said Gu Shao indifferently. Ha! Gu Shao, don't you think having some fun with her before killing her would be better? One of his friends asked. Right. Gu Shao, she's so beautiful. You should give her a try, said another one. Many people started laughing frantically. Lin Feng looked at them coldly as he unsheathed his Tianji sword. A holy weapon. They stopped laughing and looked at Lin Feng's Tianji sword. They all looked greedy, they wanted to steal it. Lin Feng wrote the word, die, in the air. That word contained a terrifying energy with some holy marks inside it. Gu Shao was surprised. A holy weapon, he was probably a cultivator from a rich family. Maybe you're the one who killed Gu Li actually. I'll have to kill you too then, said Gu Shao. Bzzz. Starlight illuminated the atmosphere. A trail of light followed Lin Feng as he moved his Tianji sword. Holy mark strength, the crowd was amazed. It was rare to see a cultivator of the 4th Tianqi layer who could use holy marks. Bzzz, 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 even more chaotic qi invaded the atmosphere and emitted whistling sounds. There seemed to be a constellation in the sky. Very quickly, the crowd realized that Lin Feng was drawing a sword in the sky. It was a dazzling sword drawn with holy marks. Even cultivators of the 7th Tianqi layer realized how strong Lin Feng was. Why isn't anyone boistering anymore? Asked Lin Feng indifferently. Die, said Lin Feng coldly. He suddenly turned around and dazzling lights appeared. No, some people frowned, some even turned deathly pale. Lin Feng heard them humiliate Qiu Yuxian so he wanted to kill them too. Some of them looked desperate, others terrified. In any case, it was too late to run now. Lin Feng's terrifying strength invaded everything around them and a layer of dust was rising from the ground. The atmosphere was distorted and the ground was crackling. The others were speechless. His sword had destroyed all those people who had made fun of Qiu Yuxian. How strong, everybody nodded. Lin Feng didn't attack Gu Shao, he attacked those who had humiliated Qiu Yuxian first. Those who dared humiliate her had to die because he had to protect the women he loved. Qiu Yuxian looked at Lin Feng, her heart felt warm. Lin Feng didn't talk much. He looked at Gu Shao and his two friends. He was still holding his Tianji sword. He said, coldly, your move. However, Gu Shao acted as if he had never heard Lin Feng. He stood there and said, with your holy weapon and the holy mark strength it contains, you can defeat any ordinary cultivator of the 9th Tianqi layer. However, you're not the only one who has a holy weapon. Today, you will die and your weapon will have a new owner. Gu Shao then took out a golden bell, it was dazzling and its chime made people tremble. A holy weapon, the crowd was amazed. Gu Zhao's holy weapon seemed to contain an explosive power. Yu Xian, follow me, said Lin Feng to Yu Xian, using telepathy, after he saw Gu Zhao's holy weapon. Lin Feng released some sword strength. The space seemed to open in front of them. At the same time, snowflakes appeared. His snow and sword chi were mixing together. Lin Feng's Tianji sword contained an incredible strength, but Gu Shao still looked indifferent. Lin Feng had only broken through to the 4th Tianqi layer and he had broken through to the 8th. Both of them had a weapon, so Lin Feng couldn't defeat him. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. Gu Zhao's friends moved away. Gu Shao had a holy weapon so it would be easy for him to defeat Lin Feng. In any case, they had broken through to the 7th Tianqi layer, but even they couldn't compete with Lin Feng. He had just killed a bunch of people who were similarly as strong them. Empty space bestial illusion technique, at the same time, Lin Feng cast his illusion spell. He grabbed Xiao Yuxian's hand and ran towards the altar as fast as he could. His sword energies crashed onto Gu Zhao's golden bell and a terrifying whirlwind appeared. Bzzz, bzzz, people were amazed. Lin Feng and Xiao Yuxian ignored everything else and just threw themselves at the altars. Absorb. Gu Shao tapped his golden bell and in a flash, the bell absorbed all the sword energies. It made the bell shake, but nothing more. Boom. A punch passed near Lin Feng, but crashed into the illusion spell instead. The snowy tunnel shook, but nothing more. Empty space illusion. They saw Lin Feng pass near them. Where are you going? Said Gu Shao. A rainbow emerged from his golden bell and it became gigantic. Everything and everyone was suddenly surrounded by those colorful lights, including Lin Feng's snowy tunnel. Chapter 1055, What a powerful holy weapon, thought the crowd. That holy weapon could turn into a gigantic, ancient bell and its power had a huge reach. Lin Feng was in his illusion, but like everything else, he was surrounded by the energies of the golden bell. Bzzz. The golden bell kept resonating. People's ears were sore by now. Lin Feng and Xiao Yuxian were probably suffering more than everybody else though, they were the targets after all. Gu Shao jumped forwards and landed on his golden bell. Why is Gu Shao so furious, thought the crowd when they arrived near the altars. The altars were made using deployment spell. There were 20 to 30 altars which meant that there were 20 to 30 groups of influence there. The one who said that was an old man who possessed an incredible qi. The altar the old man was protecting had Tian Long written above it. Tian Long was the name of an emperor and Gu Shao was precisely one of Tian Long's imperial cultivation disciples. He killed my brother so I have to kill him, said Gu Shao. You can use your oppressive strength with holy marks, you'll kill him easily and avenge your brother, said the old man. Humph, at that moment, another old man groaned coldly and said, this should be a safe place, it's forbidden to fight here. Put your weapons away. In the past, the emperors who had created that area had decided how many people cultivators had to kill to leave and that the area around the altars was to be a safe place. Nobody knew which family Lin Feng belonged. All they knew was that he had offended Emperor Tian Long's disciples. You think this place belongs to you or what? Said Emperor Tian Long's henchman to the other old man. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu organized exams to recruit imperial cultivation disciples and so far, none of them have made it to the altar. Let's wait and see how many people will make it out. Initially, They said they wanted to recruit 81 people, but if they all died in here, well, that would be funny. Everybody calmed down and stopped talking to listen to the old men. The old man who said it was forbidden to fight there was protecting an altar which said, Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi. There were tensions between Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu. Everybody knew about that. It is a rule which was decided when this place was created. Or could it be that you don't need to follow rules anymore and that you don't respect all the other emperors, said Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchmen. The other old man groaned and said to Gu Shao, you must have killed them with your bell already. Take it away and let's see. Gu Shao nodded. He thought that Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were in his bell, dead. It was a holy weapon after all and he was very strong. Rumbling sounds spread in the air when Gu Shao took his bell away. However, a terrifying sword qi invaded the entire space as he lifted the bell. Qiu Yuxian was suddenly surrounded by holy sword marks. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He unsheathed his Tianji sword again and its strength moved towards the golden bell. Bzzz. Boom boom boom, a terrifying sound spread in the air leaving Gu Shao stunned. Let's go, said Lin Feng glancing at Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's altar. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchmen were surprised. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were coming to them. Were those people sitting their exam? Besides, they were the first ones to make it this far, which meant they would rank first and second. Emperor Tianlong's henchman looked at Lin Feng and said coldly, do you think you can leave that easily? He suddenly appeared behind Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian and released a terrifying strength. Lin Feng was still holding his Tianji sword as he attempted to block the old man's attack. Shameless. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchmen suddenly looked furious. Those protectors were Zun cultivators who remained there to enforce the rules. How shameless was it for Gu Shao to attack Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian as they were leaving. That was disrespecting Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu. Piss off, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He punched the air in the direction of the golden bell and again in the direction of the shameless old man. Empty space bestial illusion technique. Lin Feng had to use his empty space bestial illusion technique again. It was a lot weaker this time. He grabbed Qiu Yuxian's hands and ran towards the altar. You can use the altar, don't worry, just hurry, shouted Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchmen. He immediately opened the way for Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian leave. Lin Feng nodded, the energies around the altar then enveloped Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian. Fuck off, shouted Gu Shao furiously. His golden bell turned bright and moved towards the old man guarding the exit. Insolent, the old man slapped the golden bell away. On the other side, Emperor Tianlong's henchman punched the air in the direction of the other old man while running after Lin Feng. How shameless! Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchman was furious. Emperor Tianlong's henchman had actually attacked Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian as they were leaving. Bzzz. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were inside Lin Feng's empty space illusion as the old Zun cultivator's attack enveloped them. Kaboom! Lin Feng's empty space illusion broke. It was powerful, but against a Zun cultivator, it wasn't very useful. His energy continued moving towards Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian. Move, said Qiu Yuxian while grabbing Lin Feng. But someone appeared in front of them, protecting them both. Piss off, powerful energies moved towards that person. Boom boom. Bzzz. The atmosphere was shaking as Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian disappeared. They're gone, the old man knew he hadn't managed to kill Lin Feng and Qiu, so he was furious. Gu Shao was furious too. After a while, Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were back in Tiantai. What a relief. However, Lin Feng was coughing up blood. He was injured because of the old man's energies. What's wrong? Said Ho Qing Lin when he saw Lin Feng was coughing blood. He had just been injured, how come? Had someone attacked Lin Feng in front of the altar? Chapter 1056, Lin Feng looked around. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were the first ones. Nobody else was there apart from them. Lin Feng was happy, he hoped that would play the biggest role in their ranking. If strength was the only factor, he definitely couldn't rank first. Phew, Lin Feng coughed up blood again. Ho Qinglin said, when we were about to come back, a protector attacked us in front of the altar. He wanted to kill us. Eh? Ho Qinglin frowned. He looked angry. He dared, said Ho Qinglin coldly. Lin Feng, why did he attack you? In the underground world, a cultivator of the 8th Tian Qi layer with a holy weapon tried to attack me, but he couldn't manage to prevent me from making it to the altar, so an old man decided to help him. Ho Qinglin suddenly looked furious. Killing is normal in that world, however, killing in front of the altar is forbidden. How shameless. Follow me, Lin Feng, said Ho Qinglin coldly. Lin Feng nodded and stood up again. I'm coming too, said Qiu Yuxian. Ho Qinglin nodded and they arrived at a palace where they could go back. They then arrived in the underground world again. Slash. Ho Qinglin groaned coldly and released some energies at someone. That person immediately fell down and died. Lin Feng didn't know how Ho Qinglin had done that. Let's go. A powerful energy surrounded the three of them and they turned into a beam of light moving towards the altars. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian glanced at each other. What a terrifying speed. It was faster than their boats even. Ho Qinglin was incredible. Lin Feng had seen how strong Ho Qinglin was in Ganyu with his reincarnation sword. Boom! Xian Yuan sensed an incredibly powerful energies above him, so he raised his head. He couldn't make them out, for he would be even more furious. Yuan Fei had been chasing him for 2 full days without stopping, like a cat and mouse. He was furious, he was almost going insane. Lin Feng had probably asked Yuan Fei to do that. Who can be that strong? Whispered Xian Yuan. How could he guess who it was? Xian Yuan, little boy, continue running, otherwise I'll kill you, said Yuan Fei extremely loudly from far away. Damn you, thought Xian Yuan. He then continued running. When was Yuan Fei going to leave? Xian Yuan still had to finish his exam. Ho Qinglin, Lin Feng, and Qiu Yuxian were still in the sky flying towards the altars. Very quickly, they arrived. Some people were still there. They still looked pensive because of what had just happened. A young man of the 4th Tian Qi layer had taken out a holy weapon. The fact that Gu Shao wanted to avenge his brother's death, 2 Zun cultivators had started fighting. In the end, the protectors stopped fighting, but it was no secret how shameless Emperor Tianlong's henchman was. Gu Shao had already left and Emperor Tianlong's henchmen were smiling coldly. Now and then, he glanced at Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's henchmen. He hadn't managed to kill Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian, they were lucky this time. 3 people arrived. Those 2. Hadn't they left already? Why were they back? But when they saw Ho Qinglin, they instantly understood what was going on. It's getting better, thought the crowd. They were moving very quickly as it didn't take long before they arrived in the middle of the altars. The protector were surprised and so was the crowd. They understood what was going to happen. Interesting. If the tensions between Emperor Tianlong and Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu continued, then a full-out war could occur. Brother Ho, said Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchman when he saw Ho Qinglin. He was smiling. His second fellow disciple had come. Even though he was much older than Ho Qinglin was the emperor's second direct disciple, so he had to show respect. Emperor Tianlong's henchman was nervous now. Lin Feng, who injured you? Asked Ho Qinglin indifferently. Lin Feng turned his head and pointed at Emperor Tianlong's henchman saying, he did. Ho Qinglin looked at him. Ho Qinglin, he looked scared. He knew Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's direct disciple, Ho Qinglin. Ho Qinglin, reincarnation sword, many people recognized him. Ho Qinglin was famous and not only in the Ba Huang province. Every imperial cultivation disciple in Ba Huang province knew him. How will Ho Qinglin handle this matter, thought the crowd. Ho Qinglin slowly walked towards the Zun cultivator. Ho Qinglin, what are you doing? Asked the old man coldly, but he was scared. Don't forget that apart from protectors, other Zun cultivators can't come here. You actually have the balls to explain the rules to me after what you just did, said Ho Qinglin. The old man was speechless. Indeed, he had violated rules just before. He hadn't thought Ho Qinglin would violate rules as well and come there in person. The Huangxi underground is a place where people kill each other. Your disciple was killed by my disciple, that's normal. Then your disciple attacked mine near the altars, which is a violation of the rules. You're a Zun cultivator, you violated the rules and attacked my disciple, you're too shameless. Besides, you're a protector, you can't attack disciples, that's another violation of the rules. You should die, of course, said Ho Qinglin. Everybody was astonished. Did Ho Qinglin want to kill the old man? Chapter 1057, If you're not insane, can you become an emperor? Die, of course, repeated the old man. He was fixedly staring at Ho Qinglin as he said, Emperor Tianlong is one of the emperors who created this place. Nobody knows where Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi are, they came out of nowhere. I protect this altar and you dare say I should die. Ridiculous, who said cultivators can't become emperors? Emperor Tianlong has been an emperor for a long time now. Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi became emperors thanks to their natural abilities. That's not the case for Emperor Tianlong. You violated the rules by attacking my fellow disciple, so you will die. Ho Qinglin jumped forwards and pale lights appeared which surrounded the old man. It seemed like he was going to freeze. Ho Qinglin is actually attacking him, the crowd shivered. Ho Qinglin was incredible, in the future, he would definitely become an emperor. Even now some emperors respected Ho Qinglin. His future would be bright. The emperor moved backwards and jumped into his altar which started twinkling. He was getting ready to teleport. He wants to escape, the crowd was astonished. Although he was a protector, he was ready to abandon this place and his disciples. How shameful. Ho Qinglin was chasing him to kill him, what was the better decision? Escaping and losing face and making Emperor Tianlong lose face or dying protecting the altar? He cared more for his own life than for his group's reputation. Ho Qinglin, if you force me to leave, the emperor will be furious and you won't remain unharmed. Do you think that's necessary? Said the old man, scared. He didn't want to leave if he didn't have to. When you attack my disciple, which is a violation of the rules, you didn't think that my teachers would be furious? You're ridiculous, said Ho Qinglin. He continued walking forwards, I told you, I will definitely kill you. The old man frowned. Ho Qinglin was determined to kill him. The altar was shining more and more as the teleportation portal appeared. He was about to leave. So, you're leaving, said Ho Qinglin. The old man looked scared. He released some qi and a cloud appeared which moved towards Ho Qinglin. If I don't kill you, my fellow disciple won't get his revenge, said Ho Qinglin punching the cloud and instantly destroying it. He continued moving forwards with indescribable speed. Bzzz, dazzling lights appeared as the old man slowly started disappearing. Keep dreaming, said the old man. Ho Qinglin couldn't manage to kill the old man. It was too late. I, Ho Qinglin, never dream, said Ho Qinglin indifferently. He jumped towards the altar. The crowd was astonished. What was Ho Qinglin doing? If Ho Qinglin jumped into that portal, he would end up in the enemy's territory. Would he kill the old man there? He was insane. It was too dangerous. Lin Feng was astonished too. Bzzz. Strength appeared around the altar again, Ho Qinglin was activating the altar himself. Brother, forget about it, shouted Lin Feng. Ho Qing Lin was already his fellow disciple, so he could call him brother. Brother, you just became an imperial cultivation disciple, so nobody can humiliate you. Besides, he violated the rules to attack you. That old dog is a disgrace. If Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's disciples lose battles in normal conditions, we won't say anything, but now he humiliated you and violated the rules. Ho Qing Lin looked calm and serene as if he was doing something normal. Other people were astonished though. Even those who had nothing to do with it, this looked tense. Ho Qing Lin was insane. Lin Feng became serious. Ho Qing Lin was ready to do anything for his fellow disciples and teachers. Strength continued enveloping Ho Qing Lin. He was leaving. He was really leaving. He's not afraid, thought the crowd. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's henchmen said to Lin Feng, brother, go back and inform the others. All right, said Lin Feng, nodding. Qiu Yuxian and Lin Feng moved back to the altar. They had to tell Mu Chen about Ho Qing Lin. Very quickly, Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were in Tiantai again. There was still nobody there. Quickly, they found the sadhu. Brother, Ho Qing Lin used the Emperor Tianlong's teleportation portal, said Lin Feng to the sadhu. The sadhu immediately stood up. All right. I understand. His silhouette flickered and he flew towards a palace. Lin Feng didn't have time to tell him the reason. Where did he go? Asked Qiu Yuxian. He must have gone to Mu Chen, said Lin Feng. Mu Chen them came. He looked calm, calmer than the sadhu. Lin Feng, let's walk and talk, said Mu Chen. Lin Feng nodded. Strength surrounded Lin Feng. Mu Chen was taking Lin Feng to the same palace again. Yuxian, you stay here, said Lin Feng. Mu Chen and Lin Feng disappeared again. Qiu Yuxian looked at them, she was speechless. Mu Chen's agility technique was incredible. Lin Feng, tell me what happened. Lin Feng looked serious. In the blink of an eye, they appeared in the Huangxi underground again. Lin Feng explained everything to Mu Chen very quickly. Mu Chen smiled in a resplendent way. He looked calm even. Lin Feng was confused by his reaction to this news. If you're not insane, how can you become an emperor? I'm not surprised by his actions at all, said Mu Chen laughing. They were already at the altar. The crowd was incredulous when they saw them. Lin Feng had left only a few minutes before. If you're not insane, how can you become an emperor? Whispered Lin Feng. Chapter 1058, Insane Ho Qing Lin. Ho Qing Lin said he wanted to kill the old man and he didn't hesitate for a second. Mu Chen was right, that was insanity. But in Mu Chen's opinion, to become an emperor, you had to be a bit insane. I'll go and see how things are going myself, said Mu Chen, jumping towards Emperor Tianlong's altar. He disappeared inside. Ho Qing Lin had gone and now Mu Chen was going there too. Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin were both Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's direct disciples. What would happen if they suddenly appeared in Emperor Tianlong's territory? They were insane. Besides, Emperor Tianlong's people as well as the emperor himself were going to lose face. Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin were going to cause a lot of trouble there. Brother, can I come too? Asked Lin Feng to Mu Chen. Mu Chen nodded and said, all right, come. That'll do you good too. Thank you, brother, said Lin Feng while jumping onto the altar. Strength appeared and enveloped them. The crowd was astonished, they were all insane. Because Emperor Tianlong's henchmen had attacked Lin Feng, they were going to cause that much trouble? Ho Qing Lin had left for a short time, but it was enough time for him to cause a substantial amount of trouble. As they arrived, they came across many palaces which all looked very majestic. There was a gigantic statue with someone standing on top of it. That person was holding a bleeding human head in their left hand. It was the head of the old man who had tried to kill Lin Feng. In his right hand, there was a dazzling sword. it was the reincarnation sword, Ho Ching Lin's sword. Ho Ching Lin, you're insane. There were many strong cultivators who were releasing a powerful qi. They were all Zun cultivators of Emperor Tianlong's imperial sect. Ho Ching Lin had followed the old man to Emperor Tianlong's territory and killed him there. They felt humiliated. He tried to kill my disciple at the altar. He had to die, said Ho Ching Lin calmly. Gu Shao was in the distance and saw everything. He was furious. He understood what Ho Ching Lin meant. Nobody could understand the situation better than him. He hadn't thought that Ho Ching Lin would come to their territory to kill the old man though. His heart was racing. You should die too then, said someone coldly. Ho Ching Lin, everybody said you'd become an emperor someday. Unfortunately, you're going to die today. A powerful strength invaded the space and surrounded Ho Ching Lin. The terrifying energies oppressed Ho Ching Lin. A few dozen Zun cultivators were releasing their abstruse energies at the same time. Ho Ching Lin raised his head and looked at the energies. He threw away the head he was holding and said, "People who disrespect Emperor Shi and Emperor you should die." Ho Ching Lin slowly raised his sword. His sword then fell down from the sky and it seemed like the whole world was going to collapse under it. It left a trail behind in the sky and everything on that path of the sword turned to ashes. There were no terrifying sounds, just small subtle sounds. However, the energies the sword contained were terrifying. A hole appeared in the atmosphere and Ho Ching Lin jumped into it. Ho Ching Lin, you'll die today, no matter what it takes, said a voice which resonated far and wide. A gigantic hand fell from the sky towards Ho Ching Lin, it looked like the hand from a god. It was as if the sky was going to collapse under its weight. Limitless sea of pain, said someone in a deep voice. The gigantic hand was falling down and waves of energies were rolling in the air. You will be born again soon, said Ho Ching Lin indifferently. He raised his sword again and released some sword strength. It emitted dazzling lights as the gigantic and limitless sea of pain fell into it. The reincarnation space became even larger, it seemed like it could swallow the 10,000 things of creation. The gigantic hand fell into it and now it was going to reincarnate. Nobody can escape their karma, said Ho Ching Lin in a deep voice. The hand then disappeared. Your reincarnation strength can't escape from a holy and celestial hand though, said the one who kept talking big. His gigantic hand appeared and moved towards Ho Ching Lin. In a flash, it forcefully grabbed Ho Ching Lin. Frozen world, life's end, said another one seriously. Ho Ching Lin felt very cold. Die, said that person. An infinite amount of strength emerged in the air and moved towards Ho Ching Lin. Ho Ching Lin was bathing in lights, those energies couldn't kill him. His reincarnation sword streaked across the sky and easily broke the ice. Ho Ching Lin, we'll kill you today, said those people moving towards him. However, Ho Ching Lin just looked cold and detached. Nobody there could cause him any worry. Since you think you can kill me so easily, I'll make sure you don't reincarnate, said Ho Ching Lin. His reincarnation sword was still streaking across the sky emitting subtle sounds and diffusing reincarnation energies. A sea of reincarnation energy appeared behind his sword. Bzzz. Two silhouettes approached Ho Ching Lin and were quickly swallowed by the reincarnation energies. They had no time to say anything, their bodies just disappeared. He's so strong, he's defying the laws of the earth and the sky, thought Mu Chen and Lin Feng in the distance. They could see everything. Mu Chen, the crowd sensed a presence. They turned around and saw Mu Chen and Lin Feng. Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's second direct disciple, Ho Ching Lin, was there. And now their first direct disciple, Mu Chen, was there too. This was a humiliation for Emperor Tianlong and his disciples. Chapter 1059, Teleportation. Brother. When Ho Ching Lin saw Mu Chen, he nodded and smiled. Mu Chen, another incredible cultivator, was there with him. With him, nothing could happen. Mu Chen smiled and looked at Emperor Tianlong's people. Emperor Tianlong has been famous for a long time, how come his disciples are so incompetent? A bunch of Zun cultivators can't even kill my fellow disciple alone, what a disgrace. Mu Chen, Ho Qing Lin came to our territory and is killing our people. You guys will pay for his sins with your life. Continue to insult us and you'll see. We'll teach you a thing or two, said the cultivator who was using the celestial hand attack before. Ho Qing Lin couldn't leave, otherwise Emperor Tianlong would be furious. You're wrong. You killed one of our disciples at the altar, we came here to enforce the rules. We didn't break any rule by coming here, said Mu Chen calmly. He then added, Ho Qing Lin is a cultivator of the 5th Zun Qi layer though, if you, at the same cultivation level as him, were able to kill him, I wouldn't say anything. However, if you're weak, you're just a disgrace to your emperor. Cultivators of the same level? The Zun cultivators were smiling. Everybody knew that Ho Qing Lin was extremely strong. For a cultivator of the same cultivation level, defeating Ho Qing Lin would be extremely difficult. He glanced at Mu Chen and said, we'll kill him in any case. Die. Waves of energies rolled in the air and turned into beams of light moving towards Ho Qing Lin. He moved his hand again which then became gigantic. He wanted to kill Ho Qing Lin. It's not that easy to humiliate Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's disciples, said Mu Chen when he saw the cultivator attack Ho Qing Lin. Lin Feng was suddenly surrounded by lights and Mu Chen disappeared. Mu Chen had cast a protection spell on Lin Feng. He appeared in another place and Lin Feng had the impression he was hallucinating. Mu Chen appeared next to Ho Qing Lin. Both fellow disciples smiled at each other. This was going to be a good battle. Reincarnation lights invaded the territory. Ho Qing Lin's sword attack looked just simple as before, most people couldn't understand just how terrifying that attack was. A hole appeared in the atmosphere again and a few more holes appeared after that. It seemed like those holes contained the energies of life and death. It seemed like souls were emanating from those holes. Destroy, shouted someone. A gigantic hand as big as a mountain appeared. People looked tiny next to that hand. The gigantic hand moved towards the reincarnation empty space and grabbed it, but it couldn't destroy it. Oppressive energy surrounded Ho Qing Lin and Mu Chen, each attack was incredible and powerful. Lin Feng was astonished. Only one of those attacks would be enough to kill him. There are millions of ways to fight, said Mu Chen as lights emerged from his body. Born in dust, back to dust, said Mu Chen indifferently. Everything was turning to dust on the path of Mu Chen's attack. What's that? Thought Lin Feng. He was speechless and amazed. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's disciples were terrifyingly strong. My fellow disciple attacked the old man who attacked our fellow disciples, now we're even. Let's not infuriate the emperors, said Mu Chen. He didn't want to create too much tension. Otherwise, if Emperor Tianlong got furious, a great war would start. Brother, let's go, said Mu Chen to Ho Qing Lin while jumping towards Lin Feng and grabbing him. Where do you think you're going? Asked one of the strong cultivators who had started chasing them. Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin had come and caused them trouble, now they wanted to leave. On top of that, they had insulted their Zun cultivators. Mu Chen, Lin Feng, and Ho Qing Lin continued running and arrived at a teleportation portal. Mu Chen opened his third eye and inspected the portal. At the same time, he moved his hands as if he was drawing something. What is he doing? Thought Lin Feng. Mu Chen was carving holy marks which contained an incredible illusion strength. The atmosphere was whistling as a hole appeared. Empty space portal, open, said Mu Chen. A gate appeared and strength rolled out of it. Lin Feng didn't have enough time to see exactly what Mu Chen was doing. Mu Chen carved more holy marks and Lin Feng's heart was racing. Mu Chen was opening an empty space portal. Get in, said Mu Chen. Lin Feng and Ho Qing Lin went through the gate. Lin Feng was feeling strange, like he was in a dream. It was the same sensation as when he had used the altar. Mu Qin could use his own strength to create altars and teleport at a whim. Many strong cultivators chased them. Their energies were powerful and they were furious, but the three disciples disappeared before they could catch them. Lin Feng was astonished. He opened his mouth, but Ho Qinglin talked first using telepathy. Lin Feng, don't bother him right now. If you distracted him, it could be troublesome. He needs to concentrate. Lin Feng nodded. Mu Qin remained silent. He was using his godly awareness to incredible degree. Lin Feng couldn't imagine how Mu Qin was doing that. Bzzz. Lin Feng was shaking. He had the feeling a tower was weighing heavy on his back, and then he sensed something under his feet. He saw something in front of him. They were back in the Huangxi underground, at the altars. Lin Feng was astonished and the crowd was too. Those altars could only be used for one-way teleportation. Had those three used their own strength to teleport? Ho Qinglin, Mu Qin and Lin Feng had used Emperor Tianlong's altar and now they were back. Emperor Tianlong's people would go insane. Chapter 1060, Great Conflict, How Incredible. How did they come back? Thought the crowd astonished. Could Ho Qinglin and Mu Qin already cast teleportation spells? There's blood. Seems like Ho Qinglin killed the guy, thought the crowd when they saw the blood on his silver clothes. He had slaughtered someone. Even though people didn't know what had happened in Emperor Tianlong's territory, Emperor Tianlong's people were probably going insane right now. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's disciples had gone to their territory and made it back. Altar strength started flowing again. Emperor Tianlong's altar, some people are trying to make it back, thought the crowd. As expected, the situation was getting out of hand. Ho Qinglin groaned, turned around and dazzling lights appeared. He immediately jumped towards the altar. Rumbling sounds spread in the air as the altar broke. How insane, thought the crowd. Without an altar, it would be extremely difficult to make it back from the Huangxi underground. Ho Qinglin is insane, thought the crowd. He had slaughtered the protector of the altar and now he had destroyed their altar. Ho Qinglin looked at the old man who was at their own altar and frowned as if he wanted to say something. Tianlong's people won't forget that easily. If they look for us, we don't care, but I'm scared that they could use other evil methods to attack our people in here. It's our emperor's first recruitment process, so we can't let anyone ruin it, said Mu Qin, reasoning. Ho Qinglin was also worried about that. They didn't care about Tianlong's people, but they were worried about their candidates who were still there. Besides, everybody knew about their teacher's recruitment process. If Emperor Tianlong was furious, he would find a way to ruin their exam. Of course, Mu Qin and Ho Qinglin didn't want that to happen. We can stay here, said Mu Qin indifferently. He then looked at Lin Feng and said, Lin Feng, go back and inform our fellow disciple. He will know what to do. All right. Lin Feng nodded without hesitation. He jumped onto their altar again. All this was happening because of him. He hadn't thought the situation would get out of hand like that. Gu Shao hadn't anticipated any of this either. Otherwise, would he have dared act that way? The underground was incredibly vast and many people were still inside, hunting. Somewhere in that forest, a cultivator of the 6th Tian Qi layer stopped at the top of a tree. Suddenly, people appeared not far away. He looked in that direction and observed the powerful cultivators. They were all Zun cultivators. He had the feeling he was going to suffocate under their oppressive qi. What's going on? Why are there Zun cultivators here? One of the Zun cultivators was particularly strong. Those people disappeared in the horizon, but their qi lingered and continued to oppress that person. The cultivator remained on the tree and tried to calm down. He was wondering where those strong cultivators were from. Bzzz. At that moment, another terrifying wave of strength rolled in the air. More people appeared at the same place again. There again. His heart started racing. What a coincidence. Two different groups arriving from the same place. Zune cultivators again, his heart was pounding. Those people disappeared again. Something serious is going on. He didn't understand what was going on. Zune cultivators from two different groups arriving at the same place, something big was going on. He wasn't the only one who was surprised, everyone else there was surprised. They were all thinking the same thing, something serious was going on. Many people watched as the Zune cultivators disappear in the horizon. So many Zune cultivators. Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin were still at the altar, calmly waiting there. They didn't have to wait too long until Emperor Tianlong's people arrived. You're chasing us, wonderful, Tiantai is open now, do you want to follow us there, said Mu Chen with an indifferent smile as if he hadn't sensed their cold energies. We heard candidates applying to become Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's imperial cultivation disciples are here. They mustn't be weak. We'll have to go and see them for ourselves, said the leader of the group smiling coldly. They couldn't go to Tiantai, they weren't strong enough. Second, if they went there, a real war would start, they wouldn't be able to deal with the emperors then. They wanted to make the two emperors and their people lose face. Mu Chen smiled. Those people were threatening them, but they weren't too insane. In the distance, more energies rolled in the air. People turned around and saw a group of people. Lin Feng was there too. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's people were coming. Tianlong's people were not happy. Listen, said Mu Chen. Everybody looked at him. Everybody must clearly understand what happened today. In this place, disciples come here to become stronger by hunting other people. There are rules too, at the altars, it is forbidden to fight. If everybody violated that rule and attacked here, this underground training ground would be meaningless. The old man attacked our fellow disciple, even though he was a protector. We came to Tianlong, but now we left. Why chase us? If you want to fight, Tiantai's people will fight, but I fear the emperors won't appreciate that. Besides, I don't think the Huangxi underground could handle our combined energies, said Mu Chen calmly. All the emperors should be meeting soon. If you want to fight, there will be opportunities later. No need to threaten us now and say you will attack our disciples. Chapter 1061, First Disciple Mu Chen sounded calm and serene. If they wanted to fight, Tiantai wouldn't back down. Even though he had just said a few sentences, he had exposed Tianlong's people's behavior. So many Zune cultivators had come to fight, and if they did, the Huangxi underground wouldn't hold up. That place was artificial, if it broke, all the energies of the Huangxi would flow in. They threatened to kill Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's disciples, but they weren't the only ones who had disciples. Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin could also slaughter Tianlong's disciples. That would end in a great war. You killed our protector and came into our territory. How can you explain that? Everybody remained silent until someone asked that. Everybody knew that Emperor Tianlong and the two emperors didn't like each other. Do you understand anything I just said? Your protector violated the rules and attacked one of our disciples, he had to die. What else do I have to explain, said Mu Chen coldly. He sounded firm. Tianlong's people looked annoyed as the leader said, all right, we'll remember that. After that, he looked at the altar and grinded his teeth. Without the altar, how could they go back? Tianlong's people moved towards Mu Chen and said coldly, move away. Mu Chen smiled in a resplendent way. Ho Qing Lin and Lin Feng moved aside too. Tianlong had to repair the altar. They didn't need long though. At that moment, Tiantai's people approached Mu Chen and said, beware of Tianlong's people in the future. They won't easily forget today. Understood, everyone nodded. Let's go, said Mu Chen indifferently. Then, they left again. The crowd was shivering, Mu Chen was incredible. Mu Chen and the others made their way back to Tiantai. We'll meet again for the graduation ceremony. You can do whatever you want in the meantime, said Mu Chen. I'm going too, said the sadhu with an indifferent smile too. Brother, stay here, I'm going to the other side, said Mu Chen to Ho Ching Lin. On one side, there were cultivators of the Tian Qi layer. On the other side were cultivators of the Zun Qi layer. All right, said Ho Ching Lin nodding. Then, Mu Chen left. Only Ho Ching Lin and Lin Feng were left there. Qiu Yuxian had joined them too. At that moment, Ho Ching Lin smiled at them. Congratulations brother and sister. You ranked first and second. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian glanced at each other, they were surprised, but smiled. First and second. What a pleasant surprise. Brother, was the ranking made solely on the last exam? Asked Lin Feng. Ho Ching Lin smiled and said, we decided it that way and you guys came out first, so you ranked first and second. That's our final decision. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian smiled wryly. He likes us, thought Qiu Yuxian looking at Lin Feng. Nobody could refute their decision anyway. Brother, don't you think other people will get angry because the ranking isn't based on strength? Asked Lin Feng. Tian level cultivators are still growing, no matter your level or power at this time, that's not important for Tian level cultivators. When you become Zun cultivators, strength becomes more important. Ho Ching Lin said smiling. Besides, there are no fair rules in our world. In any case, you finished first at the first exam and now you came out first in this exam, you're good. Lin Feng smiled. Indeed, Tian level were still growing up. In the eyes of emperors, no Tian level cultivator was strong anyways. You're second, you don't mind, right? Said Ho Ching Lin smiling at Qiu Yuxian. I don't, of course, said Qiu Yuxian with a resplendent smile. She admired Ho Ching Lin. He was only 50 years old according to rumors, yet he was stronger than most of the cultivators of the Qiu clan. Ho Ching Lin was famous. You're a couple, so if you want to be first and second, you can argue that amongst yourselves anyways, said Ho Ching Lin laughing. Qiu Yuxian and Lin Feng were surprised. Ho Ching Lin also liked to joke. By the way, I wanted to ask something, said Lin Feng suddenly. I know what you're thinking, said Ho Ching Lin. He smiled and said, Lin Feng, you always rely on yourself. You don't owe me or anyone else anything. There's an origin, but it's not because of you. When you break through to the Zun Qi layer, he will come and talk to you. An origin, but not because of me. Lin Feng still didn't understand, so he said, I understand, I will continue to become stronger. Good, said Ho Ching Lin smiling. He shook his hand and medals appeared. Made with pure qi, said Ho Ching Lin. 2 medals appeared, one with Lin Feng's name and one with Qiu Yuxian's name. They were officially Imperial cultivation disciples. All right, let's wait for the others, said Ho Ching Lin sitting down cross-legged on a cloud. Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian said nothing. They talked and waited. One day later, the third person came out. Lin Feng recognized him, it was Lin Ruotian. He was surprised to see Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian already there. Too bad, he hadn't ranked first. Chapter 1062, Where's Xian Yuan? I used all my strength to kill 70 people, but Qiu Yuxian and Lin Feng are there together, so they must have killed 110 people. I don't know who helped whom, thought Lin Ruotian. In the past, he would have thought that Qiu Yuxian would have helped Lin Feng, but then he had seen how strong Lin Feng was. He didn't dare underestimate him even though he had only broken through to the 4th Tian Qi layer. With the strength of the 4th Tian Qi layer, he had managed to climb up all the groups of steps. He had also easily defeated Yang Zilan at the same cultivation level. Lin Ruotian sat down. You're monstrously strong, Lin Feng, where are you from? Asked Lin Ruotian as if he was trying to befriend Lin Feng. I come from a country very, very far from Ba Huang province. I can't compete with you, brother Ruotian, said Lin Feng smiling calmly. Very far, whispered Lin Ruotian. He smiled and said, Yang Zilan and his sister despised you, but they're really ridiculous. They think they're superior because of their social status, but in fact, they can't compete with you in the slightest. Lin Feng smiled. He didn't know why Lin Ruotian was saying those things. Coming from a rich and prestigious family is a good thing though, said Lin Feng calmly. So what? You ranked first and on top of that, Miss Chiu likes you. You became an imperial cultivation disciple, so now, if you have another social status, you will be able to ask for her hand officially. Another social status? Whispered Lin Feng. He looked at Lin Ruotian and said, I became an imperial cultivation disciple, that's a social status, what's the other social status I could get? If you want, brother, you could become a member of the Lin clan, we have the same name after all. You could ask for her hand using that social status too. Lin Ruotian thought that because Lin Feng came from a very far country, he had come alone. There were many people like Lin Feng in Bahuang province, so people needed a powerful background and walk around the Bahuang province. Otherwise, other people could bully them. He was offering protection for Lin Feng. Lin Feng laughed, having now understood. Lin Ruotian wanted Lin Feng to become a member of the Lin clan. He wanted to help Lin Feng, to become his brother. The Lin clan would also protect him. Apart from their blood, he would be an authentic member of the clan. Thank you, brother, but I prefer relying on myself, said Lin Feng smiling. Lin Ruotian looked disappointed and said, you are an ambitious person. Even if we don't become real brothers, I'm happy to be your friend. I'm happy too, said Lin Feng. Lin Ruotian was nice. He was strong too and came from a rich family. Lin Feng was happy to make new friends anyways. Lin Ruotian smiled and nodded. He didn't say anything more. Sign it, said Ho Ching Lin, giving a medal to Lin Ruotian. Lin Ruotian carved his name in the medal. The fourth one arrived soon after. Lin Feng didn't recognize that person, but Lin Ruotian did. That was a disciple from a rich family from the south of Bahuang. People continued arriving while Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian were calmly sitting on the edge of Tiantai. They didn't mind other people's ranking. It had nothing to do with them. However, Lin Feng was wondering if Xian Yuan would even make it back. The sadhu was quietly observing there too. They were happy because if they had come back, it meant they were imperial cultivation disciples and they would all become brothers and sisters. In the future, they would have higher social statuses within their own clan. The world of prestigious and rich families was complex and their members all wanted to be the best. 1 month passed and in Tiantai, 78 people had made it out. Only 3 spots were left. The crowd was excited. Many people had passed the exam on the flight of stairs, so 81 people shouldn't be a problem. Has anyone seen Xian Yuan? Asked someone at that moment. They realized that Xian Yuan wasn't amongst the 78 people. Oh right, where is he? Said someone else. Where was he? He had always said he'd rank first. I saw him in the Huangxi underground. Someone was chasing him. I don't know where he is now though, said someone else. The crowd was surprised. What? Someone was chasing him? Are you sure? Right, Xian Yuan is very strong, who was chasing him? Many people started talking about him. I saw him with my own eyes. He was furious. He was bleeding and his hair was messy. Someone very strong was chasing him and laughing and talking about a great ape emperor. He was scaring Xian Yuan with his voice alone, said that person. Everybody was surprised. What a tragedy for Xian Yuan. Someone was scaring Xian Yuan with just his voice. The great ape emperor. 3 more people can qualify. If Xian Yuan isn't part of them, then he will have to try again, whispered someone. The crowd remained silent. You're wrong. Only 1 more person is left, said Lin Ruotian. 1 person. You forgot someone, said Lin Ruotian. Forgot someone? the crowd was wondering what he meant. They then thought about someone who had defeated Xian Yuan at the same cultivation level. "Where's Lin Feng?" "There, with Chiu Yuxian," said Lin Ruotian, pointing at them. They narrowed their eyes and, indeed, Lin Feng and Chiu Yuxian were at the edge of Tiantai. There were already 80 of them. Chapter 1063, Graduation Ceremony. "One more person," whispered the crowd. They all looked excited, they wanted to see who would come out last. Bzzz, someone came out and it wasn't Xian Yuan. The 81st wasn't Xian Yuan. Xian Yuan wasn't going to become an imperial cultivation disciple. The crowd was astonished. He had always said he'd rank first and in the end, he wasn't going to become an imperial cultivation disciple. Ho Qinglin appeared again with a medal and said, "Congratulations, you're the last one, so you're qualified. Sign your name." Phew, that person breathed deeply with relief and smiled. He was worried, but he had managed to become an imperial cultivation disciple. What a relief. He was excited, but everyone else was astonished. Ho Qinglin gave him the last medal. It meant that Xian Yuan wasn't going to become an imperial cultivation disciple. "Alright, the exam is finished. We need to wait for the Zun cultivators to finish their exam. They need 100 days in total, so 40 to 50 more days. You can practice in Tiantai. Wait until the end and the second batch will also be determined," said Ho Qinglin, smiling. The Tian level cultivators were done. They were so happy and proud to become imperial cultivation disciples. The two emperors were rising too and would soon be like the other emperors in Bahuang province. Everybody nodded. Those who had managed to climb up the first group of steps during the first part of the exam would be part of the second batch. Everybody knew that already. The crowd dispersed. They had a strange feeling, but a good one. Every palace was extraordinary. What a great opportunity this would be. They had all earned their place, so Ho Qinglin was proud. They had all fought hard. Lin Feng was still sitting on the edge of Tiantai. It was as if the rest of the world had nothing to do with him. He couldn't waste his time. Lin Feng needed to become stronger. He had only broken through to the 4th Tian Qi layer. Being an imperial cultivation disciple wasn't the most important thing anymore. All of them wanted to become stronger. It was sunny in Tiantai and the air was fresh. It was pleasant afternoon. Lin Feng was sitting cross-legged and lights were flowing around him. He was bathing in extraordinary flames which looked like many small suns. It was as if he was the sun. 7 stars appeared. The sadhu opened his eyes and looked at Lin Feng with a resplendent smile. Sun skill. Lin Feng surprisingly had good skills. He was convinced Lin Feng would quickly become strong. His pure qi was good and he could swallow the power of the sun. As Lin Feng became stronger, his pure sun qi became even more distinct. At that moment, golden flames appeared. They didn't look real though. Is that an illusion created by his godly awareness? The sadhu was surprised at that moment. There were pieces of godly awareness in those flames. It looks like the eternal awareness skill, the sadhu was surprised. Lin Feng's skill looked like a skill Mu Qin used. He could open the earth and sky using it and everything would turn to dust in its path. It could even break people's godly awareness. At that moment, it looked like Lin Feng was practicing such a skill. It was far from being as complete and powerful as when Mu Chen's, but it already had a form. If the sadhu was right, it meant that Lin Feng could use a broken soul technique to break his soul into several pieces. Lin Feng had seen Mu Chen's skill which made everything reduced back to dust in Tian Long's territory, so he felt motivated. What a great feeling, thought Lin Feng. In the past, he used to study the force of the earth and the sky, now he could sense it perfectly. He could have his godly awareness fused together with the earth and sky even. No wonder Mu Chen's skill was so powerful. Lin Feng really wanted to do the same. He was pleasantly surprised because he had something to study that he liked. He was still too weak though, he still needed time. Little boy, I can't wait to see you become stronger, thought the sadhu smiling. Lin Feng was young, but he had great natural abilities. He would become a beast in the future. Time passed and the time came for the crowd to gather and receive their certificates. From that day on, they would be Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu imperial cultivation disciples. At that moment, there were also many people at the foot of Tian Tai. Many people in the crowd had participated to the exam but had failed. Now they still wanted to see the ones who had passed the exam. Who were they and what was their rank? At that moment, energies rolled in the air like clouds and steps appeared, one after the other. Those golden stairs were incredible. A flight of stairs. The time has come. Many people were excited. Finally, the new imperial cultivation disciples would receive their certificates. It was the graduation ceremony. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi were there too. They had been eliminated by Lin Feng. Back then, they had had the opportunity to become imperial cultivation disciples of the second batch, but they had given up and left. They thought being imperial cultivation disciples from the second batch was too shameful. Besides, Xian Yuan had probably ranked first and he would marry Yang Ziyi, so that would be enough of an honor. Chapter 1064, Xian Yuan's Tragedy. The Yang clan, the Qiu clan, the Lin clan, the Meng clan, and many other powerful and influential groups were there. Many of their disciples had participated and they were all excited to see how well they had performed. There were lights everywhere. Tian Tai wouldn't be closed and isolated anymore. It would become a new and genuine group of influence in Ba Huang province. People didn't know how long Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu had been emperors, but it had been at most 100 years. Everybody believed they were relatively new emperors, otherwise they would have had imperial cultivation disciples much earlier. Besides, Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu were very secretive. Very few people had seen them personally. People generally only knew that there was a place called Tian Tai in Tianjing City and that 2 emperors lived there, but the place used to be closed. Now, it was the graduation ceremony of their new imperial cultivation disciples. Would they show up in person? They are new emperors. They are even stronger than Emperor Tian Long, who has been an emperor for a long time now. I wonder if we will see them today, thought some people raising their heads. At that moment, a silhouette appeared on the flight of stairs. It was starting, finally. Are those the imperial cultivation disciples from the first batch, thought the crowd. They were inspecting those people. There was no oppressive strength on the flight of stairs anymore, but they all had lowered their heads, they looked strange. The crowd frowned. That can't. They couldn't be the winners. Those people are probably those who failed the exam, thought the crowd. The group of people walked down the stairs and joined the crowd. Those were the people who had been eliminated. How humiliating. They could only lower their heads and look elsewhere, shamefully. Those people were those who had been eliminated, indeed. Look at those behind them, they must be the real winners, thought the crowd when they saw another group of people appear. There were hundreds of people. They had an imposing appearance and they looked like heroes. However, in that group, there were also some people who were lowering their heads. They are too high, I can't see them clearly, thought the crowd. The flight of stairs was too high. They couldn't see clearly. They could only see silhouettes. They couldn't wait. Very quickly, a cloud appeared, those people jumped onto that cloud and they appeared in front of the crowd. Where's Rua Tian? Thought the members of the Lin clan. There's something wrong, there are Zun cultivators and Tian level cultivators in that group, they shouldn't be mixed like that, many people didn't understand. At that moment, in the air, the sadhu appeared on a cloud and flew in front of the crowd. He said, smiling, from today, Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu have 360 imperial cultivation disciples, congratulations. The sadhu waved and 360 certificates appeared. He said, "Sign your certificates." They all had the same certificate. There was something wrong, thought some people. Hey, where is Xian Yuan? I remember he was the first one to pass the first exam, thought some people. 360 people signed their certificates. How glorious! They were new imperial cultivation disciples. After signing their certificates, they separated into two groups. Left and right. Then, those two groups separated again into groups of 81 people. Lin Rua Tian. Meng Ba, he's the one who managed to climb 5 groups of steps, like Xian Yuan. Look, Lin Feng and Qiu Yuxian are together, the crowd was observing those people. They remembered Lin Feng who had managed to climb the entire 9 groups of steps. 81 people, where are Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi? Right, and what about Xian Yuan? I see. There are 162 authentic imperial cultivation disciples, divided into Tian level and Zun level ones. The others are part of the second batch. They were probably chosen from the ones who had managed to climb up the first group of steps. Many people understood at that moment. But Yang Zilan and Xian Yuan weren't there. Many people couldn't figure out what had happened. The 162 people of the first batch looked delighted. They were all smiling in a resplendent way. Yuxian is there, as expected, thought one middle-aged man smiling. Qiu Hao was next to him. She is still with that boy. She even attacked her family because of him. That boy will be a tragedy for us, said Qiu Hao coldly. He wasn't happy for her. She had attacked her family because of Lin Feng and now, Lin Feng was still alive. He was furious when Lin Feng managed to climb up the 9 groups of steps. That boy isn't that bad, otherwise he wouldn't be with Yuxian in the first batch of imperial cultivation disciples, said the middle-aged man indifferently to Qiu Hao. Not all imperial cultivation disciples are that strong, said Qiu Hao coldly. Shut up. Yuxian became an imperial cultivation disciple, this a good day, shouted 2 old men next to them. Congratulations to all the new imperial cultivation disciples of the first batch. Get ready to sign your certificates, said the sadhu smiling. He shook his hand and 81 certificates with the names of the winners appeared. Lin Rua Tian, Qiu Yuxian, Meng Ba, Lin Feng. However, Yang Zilan had been eliminated. What about Xian Yuan? The crowd was surprised. They were now sure that Xian Yuan's name wasn't there. The Yang clan was astonished and staring at the list. Yang Zilan and his sister had been eliminated, of course they were wearing cloaks with hoods so they wouldn't be seen. They felt too ashamed. They had waited because they wanted to see Xian Yuan, but now, they couldn't see his name on the list. Lin Feng, shouted a voice in the distance. You'll die, Lin Feng, shouted that person furiously. His qi was powerful. He looked cruel, hideous and furious. Is that Xian Yuan? What had happened to Xian Yuan? Chapter 1065, chased by Yuan Fei. At that moment, Xian Yuan looked furious. He had always dreamt of ranking first, but Yuan Fei had been chasing him the whole time. He had gone insane and had tried to fight against Yuan Fei, but Yuan Fei had punched him and injured him. He needed 30 days to recover, using medicine, on top of that. Recovering in the underground wasn't easy. Injured people there were easy prey. He had almost died a few times. He later insulted Yuan Fei, but he had hurt him and punched him again. In the end, he hadn't been able to fight at all. Again, he had had to hide and recover. He had almost died a few times again, attacked by other people. Xian Yuan had undergone so many humiliations and hardships. That time he needed 40 to 50 days to recover. In the end, just to get out, he looked for all the people who had attacked him while he was injured and killed them all. After reaching his quota, he came back to Tiantai. But the graduation ceremony had just started. Xian Yuan was infuriated and wanted to kill Lin Feng. What happened to him? And what did Lin Feng do to him? Everybody was surprised. Had Xian Yuan been eliminated? Boom boom. Xian Yuan released a terrifying qi. Ha, Xian Yuan, little boy, I've been waiting for you. Why didn't you come out before this? I had promised my brother Lin Feng I would come to see him here. You certainly made us wait, said an extremely loud voice behind Xian Yuan. Xian Yuan trembled after hearing that voice. He turned deathly pale. He didn't look furious anymore, he appeared sick on the contrary. Lin Feng was surprised. Yuan Fei really came. He hadn't thought Yuan Fei would actually come to Tiantai. How had Yuan Fei used the altar of Tiantai as well? Had the protector let him pass? Yuan Fei appeared in the sky. He looked strong and he possessed an explosive power. He was still holding his black wooden stick. When Xian Yuan saw Yuan Fei behind him, he looked terrified, scared to death actually. Xian Yuan could only grind his teeth. Xian Yuan seems to hate him too, thought the crowd. Who was that guy with his black wooden stick? Why did he hate him? Had he been eliminated because of him? Many people had never seen Yuan Fei so they didn't recognize him. Some people from rich and powerful families saw him and thought about someone they had heard about. Everybody was scared of that person because he had destroyed a powerful clan in one night. You're a bad boy when I'm not around. Do I need to punish you and hit you with my stick again? Said Yuan Fei in a despising way. Xian Yuan grinded his teeth. How had Yuan Fei managed to use their altar? The crowd was surprised to see how Xian Yuan became docile in front of Yuan Fei. Had Xian Yuan been eliminated? What happened? He looked like a mess. And who was that guy with a wooden stick who scared him so badly? Many people were surprised, but after all, it had nothing to do with them. The Yang clan looked furious though. They had been waiting for the day when Xian Yuan would rank first, he would be their glory. However, he didn't look glorious at all at that moment. He looked like a disgraceful mess. He looked like trash. Be a good boy, or I'll kill you with my stick, shouted Yuan Fei. Xian Yuan said nothing, but felt like he was going to explode or go insane. He didn't leave, he just glanced at Yuan Fei and Lin Feng coldly now and then. He couldn't kill Yuan Fei, but he would definitely kill Lin Feng. He knew that Lin Feng had told Yuan Fei to chase him, otherwise, why would he? He didn't care about him. So if Xian Yuan didn't rank first, who did? Lin Ruotian? Or Meng Ba? Or Qiu Yuxian, thought the crowd. Xian Yuan had failed because of that guy who looked like an ape, that much was obvious now. Many people looked at the Yang clan. That ape-looking guy also said he came to see his brother. Who is it? My little Buddhist friend, why are you looking at me? Don't you recognize me? Said Yuan Fei to the sadhu smiling. Ha, he's so easygoing, thought the sadhu smiling. He seemingly knew Yuan Fei quite well. Qiu Yuxian and Lin Feng were surprised. Did Yuan Fei know the sadhu? Did he come here because he knows him? Thought Lin Feng. Alright, don't disturb us, it's the graduation ceremony, said the sadhu laughing. Hee, of course, said Yuan Fei smiling fatuously. I want to see my brother's graduation ceremony too. The sadhu was surprised. He knew Yuan Fei, he was the great ape emperor's grandson, but who was he talking about? A golden list was floating in the sky and the sadhu said, the 81 people, come here. People will see the ranking list too. A golden light appeared and surrounded all the selected candidates. Numbers appeared slowly. Ruotian, third, the Lin clan was satisfied with Lin Ruotian's result. Good, Yuxian ranked second, thought the Qiu clan. They were satisfied too. Too bad she fell in love with a piece of trash, said Qiu Hao mockingly. However, at that moment, he found Lin Feng's name in the list, first. His mouth was twitching. Chapter 1066, A Friend from an Island. First. Lin Feng had ranked first. What was the meaning of that? He was a piece of trash. Xiao Hao was dumbstruck as well as many other people. Lin Feng, that young man, the one who has been humiliated by the Yang clan and climbed up the 9 groups of steps. Surprisingly, he ranked first. No wonder Qiu Yuxian was furious when people bullied him. Many people were expressing their opinions about Lin Feng having ranked first. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi saw that and were furious as well. They could barely breathe from their anger. "Who is he?" asked an old man to Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi. They both clenched their teeth. "Grandpa, that's Lin Feng, the one who saved Ziyi and whom Zilan wanted to kill." "The one who killed Chou Jun Luo too," said a young man at that moment. "Lin Feng, what a pity. He could have been our friend, but in the end, he became our enemy," said someone else. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi looked even angrier. "Shut up," shouted the old man. Lin Feng had ranked first, that was a humiliation for Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi. They had thought Xian Yuan would rank first, but he didn't, then they became Lin Feng's enemy and he ranked first. "Grandpa, he's strong, he even defeated Xian Yuan at the same cultivation level. He also attacked me and I lost because he attacked me." Said Yang Zilan to the old man. "That's enough," said the old man. He clearly understood. Lin Feng had defeated Xian Yuan at the same cultivation level and had become the Yang clan's enemy. They had to kill him at all costs. Yang Zilan, many people looked at them. Xian Yuan had said he'd rank first and marry Yang Ziyi. However, Lin Feng had been humiliated by the Yang clan and things had changed. Lin Feng ranked first. Yang Zilan's cheeks were burning. Everybody was looking at him mockingly now. He used to insult Lin Feng and say he was a nobody, an insect. Now Lin Feng looked down on him. How uncomfortable. "Grandpa, let's leave," said Yang Zilan at that moment. "What?" "Stop being a coward," said the old man coldly. "Let's see how your big brother, Yang Zhan, ranked amongst Zun-level cultivators." His grandfather's favorite grandson was Yang Zhan. Yang Zhan was the strongest cultivator of the same generation. At that moment, Lin Feng could see that many people were looking at him. He looked calm and serene. He didn't act proud at all. He still had a long ways to go, this was just the beginning. He needed to explore the real world. "Congratulations again. Go back to your seats now," said the sadhu to the crowd. It was the Zun cultivators' turn. They looked proud, strong, glorious, dignified. The Zun cultivators' goal was to become emperors. They were more dignified than Tian-level cultivators. The first Zun cultivator had gray clothes. He seemed to be 30 to 40 years old and his qi was quite ordinary. He didn't belong to any rich family and nobody knew him. Surprisingly, the first cultivator amongst Zun cultivators is not from a rich and powerful family, thought the crowd. First, Lin Feng amongst Tian-level cultivators, and now this person. If he hadn't climbed up the 9 groups of steps, nobody would have recognized Lin Feng. The first Zun cultivator must be extremely strong, thought the crowd. Lin Feng was surprised when he saw him though. "It's him." Lin Feng was astonished. He had seen that guy before. On the island in the middle of the Huang Sea, he had seen sword cultivators who practiced cultivation. That person understood desolate qi and abstruse desolate qi. What a coincidence, thought Lin Feng smiling. Back then on the island, they hadn't talked at all, a Tian-level cultivator and a Zun-level cultivator, practicing cultivation on the same remote island, nobody else would believe it. What a coincidence in such a big world. Yang Zhan ranked third. The Yang clan was happy about that. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi felt ashamed. No need to mention Yang Ziyi and Xian Yuan's wedding, what a joke. At least, Yang Zhan repaired the damage a little. The second was a member of the Meng clan. At least, the crowd still thought that being from a rich and powerful family helped. Apart from Lin Feng and the first Zun cultivator, the second and third, amongst both Tian level and Zun cultivators, were from rich and powerful families. The Zun cultivators moved back to their seats. Then, Mu Chen, Ho Qing Lin and some strangers came to the front. 8 people and their qi was extraordinary. The sadhu joined them too. 9 people. 9 people, according to legends, Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu have 9 direct disciples. Are they these people? Thought the crowd. They had to be. At that moment, they looked solemn and respectful. They were calmly standing in the sky. With the 18,000 dazzling steps, the atmosphere was mystical. Are the emperors going to come out? Thought the crowd. Their hearts started racing. 360 people, 81 members in the first batch, 9 direct disciples, they all looked serious and respectful. Were the emperors going to show up? Chapter 1067, 8 Dragon Chants. The stairs were dazzling. The emperors are probably going to show up. It's their event after all, thought the crowd. Their hearts were racing, their eyes were twinkling. At that moment, an illusion appeared. Illusions, the emperors. Even if they show up as illusions, it's still incredible, thought the crowd. Emperors were emperors. People admired them. An old man appeared and he was smiling. He looked like an ordinary old man, but his qi was incredible. He had a gray beard. There's only one person. Is that Emperor Shi or Emperor Yu? Wondered the crowd. Congratulations and welcome. All the emperor's direct disciples were bowing. It proved it was the emperor. The imperial cultivation disciples bowed too. Thank you, teacher. Hello, emperor. At that moment, many people bowed. Thank you for your kindness, everyone, said the emperor in a gentle way. The emperor was nice to them. What a great feeling. Everybody remained silent. It was as if the world around them didn't exist anymore, only the emperor did. Emperor Shi and I organized this event. It is an honor for us to have found such incredible disciples. Emperor Shi couldn't make it, so I represent the both of us. From now on, Tiantai will be open and everyone is welcome, said Emperor Yu calmly. The crowd finally knew who it was. He seemed sympathetic and easygoing. That's Emperor Yu, whispered people. People like Yang Zilan or Xian Yuan always acted proud and arrogant, and the emperor was so simple. No wonder Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin were so outstanding. Congratulations, Emperor Yu, for having found these disciples. Please accept this black gold jewel as a gift, said an old man of the Yang clan at that moment. He rose up in the air and bowed. Black gold, that's such an expensive and precious gift. The crowd was astonished. It was so hard that only extremely strong cultivators could break black gold and make jewels out of it. They're smart. In the eyes of an emperor, it's not that great of a gift, but it still shows they respect him, thought many people. The Yang clan was trying to make friends with the emperor. Thank you, give it to the first disciple of the Tian Qi layer, maybe he will need it in the future, said Emperor Yu, smiling in a gentle way. To Lin Feng. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi looked astonished. They didn't even have such precious treasures. Were they going to give it to Lin Feng? Lin Feng kept taking things from them. Of course, master, said the old man respectfully. He wasn't willing to, but nobody noticed his feelings. He looked at Lin Feng and said, little friend, congratulations, that black gold is for you. Lin Feng took it, but said nothing at first. It looked like a black meteorite. It was very hard. Thank you, mister, said Lin Feng, smiling. The feeling was thrilling. He probably didn't want to give it to him at all. The Yang clan is going through hard times, thought the crowd. Yang Zilan and Yang Ziyi were probably furious. The Lin clan also has a gift for you, said the leader of the Lin clan, rising up in the air. The Qiu clan too. The Meng clan too. All the biggest families offered the emperor a gift. Even though they hadn't prepared anything, they didn't lack precious items, so they had to act the same as the Yang clan. The emperor didn't really care though. "Thank you, everyone," said Emperor Yu. The sadhu walked forwards and took the items. Slash! Chi rolled in the air in the distance as a boat was coming. There were people in the boat who bowed in front of Emperor Yu. The island of the 9 dragons came to congratulate the emperor too. "The island of the 9 dragons are here too," the crowd was incredulous. Even though they were pirates, they were very strong. Many people respected them out of fear. "Say thank you to your leader," said Emperor Yu smiling. "Take it." The sadhu took all the presents. The pirates bowed in front of the emperor and said, "Our leader couldn't come today, next time maybe. We'll tell him. We're off. See you." "No problem," said Emperor Yu. The pirate looked at the imperial cultivation disciples trying to remember their faces. "The island of the 9 dragons." Lin Feng suddenly said, "Wait. What is it, little friend?" asked the pirate. Lin Feng was at the top of the Tian level cultivators, he was probably very strong. "I admire your group, can I come and pay you a visit sometime?" "Ha, tell me whenever you want to come, little friend. Take this, it's the chant of the 8 dragons, you can use it to call me," said that person throwing a stone at Lin Feng. Lin Feng seemed to be a strong young man, so of course he was willing to see him again. "Thank you so much, master," said Lin Feng bowing and smiling. Yu and Mo Shi were there. He was wondering how they were. He had to go and see them sometime. With the chant of the 8 dragons amulet, it would be much more convenient. "See you," said the pirate to Lin Feng. The Yang clan looked at them coldly, they had tried to kill Yang Ziyi. They had yet to get their revenge. After the pirates left, the crowd saw another group of people come. There were people of all sorts of cultivation levels. Who were those people? "Tian Long Divine Castle is coming," said a voice in the distance. Chapter 1068, Illusion Strength, Tian Long Divine Castle, the crowd was surprised. Tian Long Divine Castle was coming to Emperor Yu and Emperor Shi's territory. People had heard that they were enemies. The crowd looked at the group of people, there were a few dozen people of all cultivation levels. Zun cultivators of the 1st to the 5th Zun Qi layer. People were surprised. What did they want? What was their goal? Mu Chen and Ho Qing Lin looked at them. Most people didn't know that Ho Qing Lin had gone there and killed their protector. Tian Long Divine Castle remembered though. "Tian Long Divine Castle came to congratulate Emperor Yu," said the Tian Long group bowing politely in front of Emperor Yu. "It's rare to see you. I hope your leader is well," said Emperor Yu looking calm and indifferent. "Thank you, we'll pass along your message. We came here with a reason. We have all sorts of cultivators here, from the 1st Tian Qi layer to the 5th Zun Qi layer. We know it was your recruitment process, so we want to exchange our views on cultivation," said the leader of the group. Everybody was surprised. Even though they were polite, they wanted to fight. It wasn't necessary to say much, their purpose was clear. All their cultivators were extremely strong, they came to humiliate the emperor. Many people looked furious in Tiantai. It was a happy day for Tiantai and those people were coming to ruin their event. Emperor Yu smiled in a gentle way. He didn't look furious at all. "You can't refuse, on such a joyous day. Your new disciples are so talented after all," said that person. He couldn't refuse. Ho Qing Lin had come to their territory and killed their protector, Mu Chen had helped him escape. That was a humiliation, now they had to regain some of their prestige. At that moment, the crowd understood that those people had come to challenge them. Tiantai couldn't refuse, otherwise, they would lose face. "If my disciples agree, why not? If they don't, then I'd rather not," said Emperor Yu calmly. "Alright, we're done with the graduation ceremony. I'm off now." Do as you wish, said Emperor Yu as his silhouette gradually disappeared. He was gone. He didn't care about such trivial things. His disciples were free to decide what they wanted to do. When those people saw Emperor Yu disappear, they frowned and looked at Mu Chen and Ho Qinglin. Your teacher is incredible and so are you. Since I came here, you could choose 2 people for a challenge. We want to learn from you, said that person, annoyed. Let's do it. At that moment, a dozen people spoke at the same time. Their voices contained a powerful qi which rolled in waves towards the imperial cultivation disciples of Tiantai. Those imperial cultivation disciples from Tiantai who were at the front shook. The people from Tianlong were extremely strong, and they wanted to fight. Tianlong Divine Castle's people had come and challenged Tiantai, so Tiantai's people had to fight whether they wanted to or not. It seems like they're really confident, thought the crowd-looking Tianlong Divine Castle's people. Tiantai's imperial cultivation disciples had no experience yet for they had just graduated. It would be difficult for Tiantai to put up a fight. Our teacher said it, if they want to fight, they'll fight. Otherwise, they won't. You can't force anyone here, said Mu Chen slowly and as calmly as the emperor, as if nothing could make him angry. Emperor Yu is a senior, he can do whatever he wants. However, it's not the case for your fellow disciples. Could it be that you didn't teach them anything? Said that person coldly. Since the emperor wasn't there anymore, he wasn't hiding his true intentions anymore. He was trying to force them to fight. Who do you think you are? Do you think we'll fight because you want to? Said Ho Qinglin abruptly. He then said, today is a joyous day for us. You came here to challenge us, so if my fellow disciples want to fight, they will, otherwise they won't. I'll kill anyone who forces people to fight. And today, I won't be merciful. If you injure anyone, I will kill you as well. How aggressive. People's hearts started racing when they heard Ho Qinglin. Tianlong Divine Castle's people had brought very experienced cultivators with them. If they started fighting, Tiantai's weaker and newer disciples would die. They couldn't take that risk. That person frowned, he didn't know what to say. It's a joyous day for your emperor. Fighting is also a method of becoming stronger for new disciples. Please, let's exchange views on cultivation, said Tianlong Divine Castle's people again. Tiantai had no room to refuse. I'm a cultivator of the 3rd Tian Qi layer, like you, let's fight, said someone at that moment. It was an imperial cultivation disciple from the first batch. He was pointing at someone of the same level in Tianlong Divine Castle's group. Very good, said that person coming out and releasing an incredible qi. He immediately attacked, not respecting his opponent. Die, shouted that person coldly. A hand appeared in the sky and moved towards the cultivator from Tiantai. Piss off, shouted the cultivator from Tiantai as he punched the air to block the attack. Die. The attacker's hand streaked across the sky and drew a cross which was filled with a powerful qi. The Tiantai cultivator sensed that something was wrong and moved backwards. Die. The cross dazzled and the cultivator from Tiantai could barely breathe. Empty space energy, the crowd was surprised. A cultivator of the 3rd Tian Qi layer could use empty space spells. Piss off, shouted the cultivator from Tiantai. He was furious. He raised his hands and blocked the cross attack. Do you think you can block illusions? Said the cultivator from Tianlong coldly. The cross shook the sky and pierced through the body of the cultivator from Tiantai. Illusion strength, the crowd was astonished. The cultivator from Tiantai was going to lose, it was difficult at that point. Piss off. The cross pierced through his body, it seemed like he was going to explode. At the same time, the attacker's hand crashed onto his chest and made him fly away. Emperor Shi and Emperor Yu's disciples can't be so trashy, right? Said Tianlong's cultivator mockingly. You're tuning in to the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.